Dubcast. Every once in a while, I dream I'm in Japan in an unfamiliar classroom. I'm friends with all the students there. And one of them is my dearest friend of all. That is the dream I sometimes have.
What is this place? Huh? Wait a sec! Could this really be the thing where you get summoned to another world?
Etheric Connect. Crystal
This
ball.
has to be it! It's totally real! Alright! No more dealing with those jerks who treat me like garbage! I'm Mitsuki Muto, age 17! Just watch as I take flight towards a bright new future! Yeah! Alright!
I found it. This
yeah.
one's pure concept is.
What's the big idea? You're kicking me out? What's going on? I can't believe they did that. They could have at least given me some money. I'm starving. That's right, I didn't eat breakfast, did I? I could try to steal something. No, if I get caught, they'll contact my parents. What am I even saying? I wish they'd contact them. I wonder if I'll be able to get back. That's a long shot.
Hey, you there! Hey, are you listening? You hear me? I'm talking to you! My apologies. I didn't mean to startle you. You're a lost one, aren't you?
Lost one?
Uh-huh. You're from another world, right? I could tell by the look of your clothing.
Oh.
And it seems like your broke butt could use a bit of pocket change.
Yeah, that's right.
Well then, lucky you! My name's Minnow. I'm a pure, just, and powerful priestess.
So are you a priestess for a local church or something?
That's correct. The church takes in lost ones as one of its duties. So if you need help with anything, don't be afraid to ask.
Oh yeah? Well, I could use some money.
Don't even think about asking for money, you deadbeat.
Deadbeat?
He who does not work shall not eat. If it's money you want, you'll have to find a job and work for it all on your own.
Yeah, but you said you had me covered.
The churches here are struggling to make ends meet, especially smaller ones. However, we can at least give you a roof over your head. Come with me.
Man, I never would have imagined another world actually existed. Does this place have, like, demon lords and heroes?
No, where'd you get that idea?
Oh, I get it now. This is where I use my otherworldly knowledge from home to make a name for myself. What do I know? Oh, what about mayonnaise?
Ah, yes, mayonnaise. It's pretty tasty.
Wait, you've heard of it?
Plenty of lost ones like you have been coming to this world for a long time now. So naturally, a lot of their knowledge has been passed on to us. See for yourself.
Wow, what is all this?
Lost ones always seem to come from Japan. So over time, the people of this world started incorporating ideas from Japanese culture.
I didn't even think about it till just now, but we are speaking the same language, aren't we?
You just realized that?
You're kidding me.
More importantly, do you think you could tell me more about what happened when you were summoned? Based on what you've told me, this nation's King Grisarika must have been the one who summoned you. The act of summoning other worlders is forbidden, and yet those foolish nobles.
Noblesse?
Oh, I should explain. This world is made up of 3 classes. The commons are the 3rd class, those who would be everyday people who make up a large majority of the population. In the 2nd class are the noblesse, the ones in charge of government. That would be the knights, nobility, and even royalty, like King Grisarika.
The king is only in the 2nd class?
That's right. And within the 1st class are the Faust, who are associated with the church. Like me, they live in service to the Lord. We're also in charge of regulating noblesse who break the church's laws.
Ah, So then are you going to arrest that king?
I'll report it to my superiors.
I'm too busy with my mission of helping the penniless and the homeless like you at the bottom of society.
I see. So considering you're in charge of a bottom runger like me, you must be on the bottom rung of this FOSS class.
I'll be quiet. I could just leave you to fend for yourself, you know.
Oh, Lady Menno, you're far too noble for that. Please have mercy on this poor soul.
As long as you know your place. Huh?
Well, you're right about one thing. I'm definitely on the bottom rung in this world, too. Apparently, I don't have any abilities.
Huh?
They told me that, right after I got summoned into this world. They examined me with a crystal ball and said my power was null.
They said it was null?
I bet that girl I saw must have had some kind of amazing power.
That girl?
That's right. When they were going to kick me out, I was able to get away for a bit, and I happened to see her. It looked like they summoned her from another world like me. I didn't really get a good look at her face, but I could see that her chest was out of this world.
I see. Big boobs are pretty great.
Oh. Is that so? I'm on it, Minnow.
Don't feel too bad. I'm sure there's an incredible ability in you somewhere.
Come on, you don't have to cheer me up. Knowing me, it actually makes sense I wouldn't have any sort of power.
I'm not trying to cheer you up. Lost ones who come here always have at least a little bit of power. As far as I know, there have been no exceptions. Pure concept. That is the name we gave to the powers you otherworlders possess.
Pure concept, huh?
Yep. And I'm certain that you have a pure concept of your own as well.
Is that so?
It is. All right, here we are. This is my church.
Is that so?
That's right.
You can't be serious. This place looks completely abandoned.
Well, without any money, we can't exactly maintain the building. But you know, if your power turns out to be useful, we might be able to make some money with it. Maybe we can put it to work or something.
Wait, is that the only reason you decided to help me?
Of course not.
I should have figured you were being too friendly.
Anyway, let's try and figure out what kind of power you have. Don't just give up. Come on.
I'm not so sure.
I believe in you, Mitsuki. Try to link your consciousness to the power inside. Say these words out loud. Etheric connect.
Etheric connect.
Good. Now let your power flow into it.
It disappeared?
Oh, wow. Hey, wait, stop! Don't go pointing that thing at me!
I'd never do that! But this is amazing. To think I'd ever have a power like this!
Oh, I get it now. It's not that your power is null. It's that you possess the pure concept of null.
So is that what they meant by that? Null. The power to nullify everything. I get it now. Anything in my way, anyone I hate, I can get rid of them! I am powerful! All right, Menno! I want you to teach me what I can do to hone this power!
That should have killed you instantly, but you are a lost one. You did nothing wrong. You're not to blame for this. You haven't done anything to deserve death. I am the villain for having taken your life, and you are the victim. But nonetheless, far too many lost ones have brought so much harm to our world. I'm a priestess, pure, just, and powerful. Also, an executioner of lost ones. Every once in a while, I dream I'm in Japan in an unfamiliar classroom. I'm friends with all the students there, and one of them is my dearest friend of all.
Every once in a while, I dream I'm in a faraway world that's different from my boring life. And in it, I meet someone very special to me. Is this the world from my dream?
I see. So the king went and summoned 2 other worlders, did he? It would seem Grisarika went to great lengths to hide this little scheme of his.
I'll attempt to infiltrate the castle, once I validate the information.
This all must be quite the hassle for you, Miss Minnow.
No, it's simply my duty.
Just be sure to give yourself a break when you're done. It's been 10 years since you were here in your homeland, right?
Archbishop Orwell, are you saying you actually remember me from all those years ago?
How could I ever forget? When that other worlder went out of control, it almost resulted in a calamity of equal magnitude to the 4 major human errors. Nonetheless, I was able to save you, the lone survivor.
Yes, I am more than grateful for that. And also for you allowing me to be a priestess.
I can't take all of the credit. Thank your master, Flair. I understand she trained you well?
She did.
Well then, Minnow, I hope we can have a nice long chat sometime.
I would be more than honored to if we get the chance.
Until next time, then.
Yes, of course.
No, I'm sorry. This is all wrong. This shouldn't have happened. I didn't mean to. Oh, wait. The world's all white. No, this isn't what I just wanted to go home.
White, huh? This certainly looks like blanching, but there's something off about it. If this was the second coming of White, there'd be no survivors. Can't even die properly. You. Move it! Don't make me laugh, you pathetic piece of trash! Makeshift holy ground using a pseudo-church, huh? You were always fond of making a flashy entrance. Orwell, you old hag.
And I see you're still acting in secret like you always have. Same as you ever were, Flair.
My way of working is different from yours. In any case, was it necessary for you to interrupt? I had things under control.
Never mind that. I'm going to look for more survivors. You can take care of this girl.
Huh? Isn't this kind of thing your job?
Ah, but you're a master now, aren't you? Couldn't hurt to tackle something new now and then.
Who are you?
Who am I? I am a priestess, pure, just, and powerful.
My home. Huh.
Momo? Oh, I finally got to meet up with you! I can finally charge up on my daily dose of that sweet Minnow energy!
Momo, get off of me! and stop wasting all of your ether just to give me a stupid hug!
But demonstrating my everlasting love for you is never a waste. Minnow, don't you realize whenever we're apart, it feels like my soul will be shredded into hundreds of itty-bitty little pieces? As your servant, first and foremost, your Momo wishes she could stay with you for every moment, of every hour, of every day, of every year, and never, ever, ever leave your side! That hurt.
You're not my servant, you're my assistant! Anyway, did you find out anything about that other lost one?
But of course! They're sheltering her over in Grisarika's castle. I totally figured out her location, too.
Of course you did. Thanks, Momo.
Although, I do have a teensy little favor to ask you for this mission.
Huh? Momo? What's this?
It's the uniform the royal maids wear. Who knew it'd suit you so well?
Is this really necessary? It seems like a bit much, don't you?
Of course it is! It's crucial for going undercover!
Really? I don't think this etheric camouflage exactly holds up too well, though. What if it glitches out on me?
Master Flair's inventions have all been like that through the years. You're pretty much the only person we have who would be able to make use of it in that kind of state.
Momo?
What's up?
Did you happen to put a picture of me in your scripture just now?
Huh? What are you talking about? Hey!
Why do you always do this? Rip that page out now!
Rip out a page from the scripture? A pious follower like me could never do that!
Don't give me that! Your reverence for the Lord has always been minimal, at best!
Yeah, I couldn't care less about the Lord. Your image is the only thing sacred in my book.
I hear 5 of them. But why are they showing up here? Did they somehow find out about our mission to find the second lost one?
Well, I may have tortured one of the guards a little bit. So that could be why.
You really need to be more careful about that. Oh, well, I'll take care of them.
If you need me, I'm more than happy to help.
No need. Just back me up. Knights of Grisarika! I know you're here so you can stop hiding!
Shut your mouth, Executioner. You should have just been satisfied with the one you already took out. But you just had to go poking your nose where it doesn't belong.
Such a despicable tactic. Summoning 2 innocent people at once, fully expecting us to have to kill one of them.
Only so we can overthrow the Foss tyranny. To that end, losing one lousy otherworlder is a trivial sacrifice.
Well, that makes things easy. When it comes to killing corrupt noblesse, I'll feel absolutely no remorse.
Arrogant Foss dog! The only one getting killed here will be you! Damn, that little brat! Go call for reinforcements!
Right!
Momo, one's making a run for it.
Roger that. I'll handle it.
I'll burn you to a crisp! Did I get her? She blocked it! Magecraft using scripture, but her book's still shut! She's fast! A dagger with a crest and ridiculously fast magecraft. Could she really be? Are you the one they call Flair?
That can't be! She's too young!
I'm not. Flair became a master ages ago. I am her successor. A work of art that she created. I am her Flairette.
Run! Get away! Why would someone as strong as you worship such a foolish lord?
I will pretend I didn't hear such blasphemous remarks from you. The person that you summoned was a monster far worse than the likes of me. But he was also just a kid, far more ordinary than I could ever hope to be. Momo, how'd it go over there?
Everything's all taken care of here. Our pesky little runaway won't be a problem anymore.
Good work. But still, we need to hurry this up.
Please put this nightgown on. Thanks, I appreciate it. Oh, could I possibly take a quick walk outside?
I'm afraid I can't authorize that. Although, you may ask the proper authority tomorrow.
Oh, wait! Don't go!
Excuse me.
I'm being held captive here, aren't I? Another world, huh? For some reason, I don't feel worried at all. But it does feel like something's been off ever since I got here.
This world is sometimes visited by people from other worlds. We refer to these people as Lost Ones, and they possess certain innate powers called pure concepts, which are unique abilities that could potentially distort the shape of the world. It's my job to dispose of them before their power has an impact on our world. I'm a priestess, pure, just, and powerful. Also, an executioner of Lost Ones. According to Momo's information, the target is in that building over there. Of course it's heavily guarded. I could take them out, but I need to cause as little commotion as possible. This outfit has been holding up pretty well, and it even hides my scripture too. Good work, Momo.
I thought that disguise might fail on us, so I made this one just in case. I poured my heart and soul into every stitch.
Although she may have gone a bit far with her efforts. This should do it. So she's the other lost one. The target I've been sent to execute. Are you the girl who came from another world?
Huh? Yeah?
I see. Thank goodness. What school and class are you from?
I'm from Nishibori High School, class 1-3. I'm Akari Tokito.
No doubt about it then. She's definitely my target. Akari, huh? My name's Menno. I'm one of the FOST in the first class.
What? What is the FOST?
We can't be seen out here. Come inside. I've come to get you out of this place, Akari.
Huh? What?
You're not the only one. Someone else got summoned and told me that you were here.
I'm not the only one?
Right. There was also a boy who was summoned here from Japan around the same time you were. He told me about you. When he found out what the people here were planning, he decided to run away. He was looking for refuge and ended up at my church. But his injuries were too severe for me to save him.
What?
It was unfortunate, but at least I was able to find you because of him. If I can save you, his sacrifice won't be in vain. I know this story doesn't make the most sense, but I can't give her a second to think. They told you that you have some kind of special power, didn't they?
That's right. I think it had something to do with healing wounds.
The Noblesse are planning to use you and abuse that power. Even if it's used for healing, they're sure to find some way to use it for their own twisted desires. That's why we need to get you out of here. You have to trust me, Akari. I'm on your side.
Okay, I believe you, Menno.
They told you that you have some kind of special power, didn't they?
That's right. I think it had something to do with healing wounds.
Sounds like her pure concept isn't aggressive. Regardless, I need to kill her now while her guard's down.
Menno? Where'd she go? or something. Oh, hey, Menno!
Her wound disappeared? Did she heal it? No, that can't be. The bloodstains are also gone. What is this power? Could it be the pure concept of time?
Menno?
Momo,
Yes?
I'm bringing the lost one with me.
Huh? What are you talking about? You didn't kill her as soon as you found her?
It's too complicated to explain right now. Go distract the guards on the east side.
Yes, ma'am. I don't like how this is turning out. Hey there, stupid noblest! I don't know about you, but I'm looking real suspicious!
It's an intruder! Grab her!
There's no other choice.
Wait, no other choice than what?
Wait!
So you're saying her pure concept won't let her die?
Yes, it's impossible to kill her with what I have on hand.
And you're certain of this? That her healing is time regression?
I couldn't be more certain. There's no doubt that time is the pure concept that has attached itself to her soul.
I was afraid of that. It's true that all pure concepts have the potential to grow into a terribly disastrous power, but dealing with time...
I know. So far, we've only seen it revive her through regression, but who knows what it could become if it grows stronger.
The more one uses a pure concept, the closer it gets to eating away at the mind and taking over, becoming far too much for the user to fully control.
And if her pure concept were to grow stronger, and she loses control of it?
The sword of salt that melted the western continent into the sea, the pandemonium that devoured the southern archipelago, the material room that took over the wild frontier in the east, and the star husk that cut through the northern continent, setting half of it afloat. The 4 major human errors, but her power could cause something far worse.
What can we...
Not to worry. Go get the Otherworlder and bring her to me.
You mean bring her to Garm?
That is correct. We have a ceremonial hall with the power to eliminate any Otherworlder, but we reserve it for cases in which an executioner alone is not enough.
I'm embarrassed to say I've never heard of it before now.
Master Flare never cared much for relying on my help and preferred to handle things herself, so it makes sense that she never told you about it. It will take me about 3 days to get the hall ready, so if you would be so kind as to arrive here with the Otherworlder by that time.
Yes, I understand. I am deeply grateful for your extensive wisdom, Archbishop.
Thank you, but I can always do better. Lately, there have been quite a few young women in Garm who have started to suddenly disappear without a trace. I hate to think that I can't even save the people who are within my reach. Oh, but enough of my complaining. Apologies. Once you arrive in Garm, I'd like to have a nice long chat, Miss Minnow.
Akari, get up!
Yes!
Wow! Thank you so much, Menno! Looks so good! Oh, you use chopsticks here?
Please listen while you eat, Akari. You're a target, and the noblesse want you, so this church isn't a safe place to be.
Yeah, you're right. This place looks like it could topple over any minute now.
Like I was saying earlier, lost ones like you are in possession of special powers we call pure concepts, and the noblesse are after that power.
Hey, these omelet thingies are very delicious. Can I have some more?
Hey, there aren't any more. Akari, listen to me. Even the bodies of lost ones can be used as magecraft material. So some might even try to kill you to get their hands on you.
Oh wow, that's terrifying.
Anyway, that's why I'm going to take us to a new location. We're going to the ancient capital of Garm, where our church's cathedral is.
Oh, really? You mean we're going on a daring world-spanning adventure?
Huh?
Who knows what special feelings might bloom between the two amidst their journey?
I have no idea what you're imagining over there, but the trip is only a little over half a day by train.
What? That's not romantic.
Is that really all you're concerned about? Anyway, about Garm. They have a ceremonial hall that's used for sending otherworlders like you back home.
Okay. So you're sending me back home?
Exactly. I've actually already spoken with the Archbishop of Garm, so you'll be home in no time.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Although...
What's wrong?
I don't know. I'm not really sure why, but for some reason I feel really sad. I was pretty startled when you first came to me, but to be honest, I was also sort of excited. Actually, it made me feel really happy.
Huh?
I know it sounds weird, and I don't understand it, but it felt like time started moving after being still for so long. And the moment I'd long been awaiting had finally arrived. What's wrong with me? You must think I'm some kind of weirdo sitting here. Honestly though, Menno, I'm glad I was able to come to this world, and I'm so thankful I got to meet you. You know what I think? I think this could be what they call fate.
I guess when you put it that way, it does sound pretty wonderful. It should take a few days to prepare the ceremony, so I don't see why we can't spend a bit more time together. I hope we can be friends, Akari.
I hope so too, Menno.
Here's the report for today. King Grisarika is officially going to be put on trial for his heretical actions against the Faust. It will be happening early this afternoon.
That's good. This will make it hard for the Noblesse to take any further action against us.
Aside from that, it was infuriating to see the breakfast I so preciously prepared for you being scarfed down by that busty cow you brought home.
I don't believe I asked for your opinion on that.
I don't see why we can't just get it over with already. I know direct attacks won't be able to kill her, but I'm sure we should be able to poison her gradually by
No way! That could possibly lead to the destruction of her mind. You know it's forbidden to use an attack like that on someone possessing a pure concept. That kind of power is unstable enough as it is.
I know it'll raise the risk of danger, but I still don't like it one bit.
If she repeatedly uses time regression to heal herself, then we risk her pure concept becoming a bigger problem. That's why we can't take chances with attempts to kill her that aren't surefire. Got it?
Fine.
Also, did you get what I asked for?
Yeah, all the clothes and stuff are in here.
Good.
And here are the railroad tickets.
Thank you. 3? I thought I told you that your job was to stay here and help make sure that the trial goes smoothly, Momo.
Yeah, but I'd rather die.
If something were to happen and the plan goes south, then it's better for us if Akari doesn't know about you. Understand?
If it means I have to sit here and leave you alone with that little brat, I'd rather take things into my own hands and kill King Grisarika before the trial gets started, so I can catch up with you.
Oh, come on, Momo.
I mean it! That girl is dangerous! And every fiber of my being is screaming that it would be a terrible idea to leave the two of you alone together!
Look, I know how dangerous it can be to—
No, you don't! You don't have a clue! I mean it, Minnow. This would be the first time you've had to spend a significant amount of time with a target before.
Yeah, that's true, but
I'm sorry, but I don't think you're suited for this kind of mission. So I think it would be best if you and I traded places. Just leave her up to me from now on, and you can— Why can't you?
Why? To kill someone who hasn't violated a taboo or committed a crime? Targeting someone who's just a nice person? Because it's my job. That's why.
Then I have no choice. I'll tag along stealthily so little Miss Chesticles doesn't get the chance to notice me.
No.
I'm coming, and that's final!
Okay, fine. Just make sure you don't run into her by accident. Honestly, you're way too worried about this, Momo. I'm only going to be with Akari for a few days. It's not like I'll give myself away.
Giving yourself away is the least of my worries.
Oh?
Oh, hey there, Menno! Welcome back! Menno?
Oh, sorry for the wait, Akari. I went out to get some clothes for you to wear. Something's going on at the castle, so there aren't many guards around right now. We'll set off as soon as you're changed.
Okay! Wow! Oh! I was kind of picturing a station similar to the ones we have back home in Japan, but this is so much more exciting! I feel like a tourist!
I'm glad to hear that you enjoy it so much.
What's this stuff? It's pretty!
Particles of etheric light. The trains in this world run on something called ether.
Ether?
Yes. Ether is the guiding force, the basic foundation of our world's entire civilization. It can be generated from the souls of people, but there are also larger sources for it, like earthen veins and heavenly veins. It also happens to be the power that drives magecraft.
Magecraft? So is that like magic in this world?
Magecraft is a little different. It's a type of technology, and it's mainly used for controlling and composing ether.
So does that mean anyone can use it?
Theoretically, yes. However, you need specialized equipment and training, and above all, a natural talent for it. So statistically, people who can use it are the minority. In your case, being able to use magecraft without any tools or training makes you kind of a genius.
Oh wow, do you really think I'm a genius?
Don't go getting a big head. Listen carefully. You have to be careful about using magecraft. There are people looking for you right now, so don't draw attention to yourself.
Okay, I understand you loud and clear, Miss Menno.
I'll buy us some stuff to eat for the journey.
Okay, how about a fancy box lunch or something?
No way! I don't have the money for that.
Aw.
Mommy? Mommy!
Are you lost? Are you okay? You're such a strong girl for not crying after that. Looks like you scraped your hand a bit. I know just the thing.
Here's your change, ma'am.
Thank you. Knights from the castle? Are they looking for Akari? No, that's unlikely. They seem to be looking for something, but they don't have a sense of urgency. Just need to keep a low profile.
Let's take care of that owie.
Akari! Those knights will see her if she uses magecraft right now.
Pretty.
Huh? Hey, Menno, what's that about?
I told you not to draw any attention, didn't I?
What? It's okay, everyone's too busy looking at these bubbles.
That's because I made them as a distraction.
What? So this was all you? Menno, you really shouldn't be drawing attention like that.
Don't give me that.
Hey! Did you make all of these bubbles? So cool!
It's not really anything that impressive. It uses the crest on this coin, and it's a pretty basic conjuring. Although, I am able to control how the bubbles are moving around to some extent, so I guess that part is a little bit cool.
Amazing!
You think so?
My apologies for the trouble.
Oh, she wasn't any trouble at all.
All right, let's get going.
Bye, see you later!
Okay, bye-bye.
See ya! Looks like they're going to Garm as well. Well, we should board too. What is it?
Nothing. I just thought you showing off back there was kinda cute.
Look, I wasn't trying to show off.
Oh, don't be embarrassed.
Keep teasing me like that and you'll regret it.
I'm so scared.
Back off, you big hunkered cow. Stop trying to get all friendly with my precious, beautiful minnow. Huh? Isn't that...
Wait, Princess Ashuna!
And what are you two doing here?
We came here to look for you, Your Highness.
How could you leave at a time like this, when His Majesty the King is currently on trial?
I am not my father. He can take care of himself. Although I didn't imagine I would get caught so soon.
She really thought she could slip by the guards dressed in that outfit? That's some princess logic if I've ever seen it.
Please, come back with us.
These bubbles are quite strange, don't you think?
I'm sure it's just a prank. Some harmless magecraft.
Just a prank.
Where are you going?
To Garm. That is why I'm here.
Then allow us to accompany you, Your Highness.
Wow, this is so much fun. It truly feels like an adventure. Isn't this so exciting, Menno?
It certainly is. That's right. Enjoy this trip as much as you can, Akari. Because when this journey reaches its end, the only thing awaiting you will be your death. Topcast. This is the target I must execute. An otherworlder named Akari Tokito. She possesses a pure concept that is able to reverse the flow of time to before her own death if she happens to be killed by normal means. However, according to Archbishop Orwell, there's a ceremonial hall in the ancient capital of Garm that has the power to eliminate Akari. And so, I was able to deceive her into coming with me to Garm. That's right. Enjoy this trip as much as you can, Akari. Because when this journey reaches its end, the only thing awaiting you will be your death.
I can't believe how foolish you are, Father. Summoning other worlders out of some thirst for power.
You're Princess Ashina, right?
That's correct. I am indeed the youngest daughter of King Grisarika. Princess Ashina Grisarika. Although, I'm more interested in who you might be.
Listen up! All of you shut your mouths! Try anything funny and you'll regret it!
Menno? Who exactly are these people?
Looks like a few dissatisfied citizens. You might even say that they could be terrorists.
Does this happen often?
It's not exactly an everyday thing. Honestly, talk about horrible timing.
Don't move a muscle!
Wait, so they have guns in your world too?
Those are etheric guns, although they happen to be illegal.
Hey! And what are you two blabbering about over here? Shit, she's a priestess.
Good evening to you, Mr. Terrorist. I am but a humble clergywoman who helps out the needy. Any problem?
Get up.
I know you priestesses are dangerous. Put that fancy scripture of yours on the floor. Then after that... take off your clothes. Who knows what other weapons you could be hiding?
Well, I am hiding a dagger, so he's not wrong to be suspicious of me, but...
You hear me?
I hear you just fine. Settle down. I'll pretend so he lets his guard down, then I'll...
No! There's no way! I can't let you do something so awful to her! If it will make you stop, I'll undress instead!
Huh?
Don't worry about it, Menno. I won't just stand by and let him embarrass you like that!
There's no need for that. Just sit back down and I'll take care of everything.
Well, I'm actually fine with either one of you.
Leave her alone! She's just a normal girl. You said that you were looking for any hidden weapons, didn't you? I'll go ahead and lay down my scripture like you told me. Here you go!
Hey! What?
That was so awesome!
Everyone, please keep your voices down. There might be more of them in the other carriages. That takes care of that. Listen very closely, Akari. Don't go putting yourself in harm's way like that ever again. I don't want you trying to protect me, understand?
Oh, right. I'm sorry about that.
But... thanks anyway. It did make me happy that you were brave enough to try.
No problem.
Anyway, I'm going to look for any others to take out. So be a good girl and wait right here for me.
Oh, wait! Please be careful. I don't want to be left behind on my own ever again.
I'm sure I'll be fine. I'll see you soon. Again?
I guess it's not your lucky day, is it? Looks like you idiots picked the wrong train to hijack. Now, tell me what you want, and how many of you creeps are wandering around.
No way. I'd never tell a stupid little brat like you.
I see. Well, in that case, I'll just have to start sawing at your throat with this thing. Now let's see which comes first. I get my answers or your head starts rolling. I guess there's only one way to find out.
Understood. So they're here to kidnap Princess Ashuna Grisarika?
Yes. They planned on taking her hostage as a bargaining chip to demand that the kingdom release their captured leader. Pretty stupid if you ask me.
How many of them are there?
13 in total. 5 went to the first-class carriage where the princess is, and 2 went to the engine room. I figured I might as well start off with the ones in the engine room.
All right, that sounds good.
Excuse me, miss?
Huh?
Those bad guys are really scary, so thank you.
You're very welcome.
Oh, and who is this adorable yet unexpected guest? Nice to meet you. I may be a princess of the kingdom, but I also happen to be a knight.
I know. You're the Princess Knight Ashina Grisarika. You're actually pretty famous, you know.
Oh, wow. And who might you be?
A priestess by the name of Momo. As you can see, I'm merely a white robe, a novice with minimal experience.
Really? Well, I love those interesting alterations you've made to your priestess robe. The human body is a beautiful work of art, and clothing should be designed to highlight that beauty, rather than try to conceal it away.
I appreciate the compliment.
How fortuitous that you arrived at this very moment.
Huh?
There is something I wish to ask you.
What exactly do you want to know?
Not much, really. My father just happens to be on trial for heresy at the moment. So, I have something of a bone to pick with the Faust.
Momo? And Princess Ashuna?
I've heard about your father's case, but it's still unconfirmed whether or not he actually committed heresy.
Well then, this is quite a surprise.
What's the big idea here? You intend to cut down a low-level priestess just because you have some kind of grudge against the boss?
Come on now, can't you tell I'm holding back? If I really wanted to cut you down with the full power of my sword, I'd have no problem snapping that little saw blade in half.
Wow, you're awfully self-confident. Stop beating around the bush already. What is it that you want?
Are they arguing? Well, I'm pretty sure Momo can take care of herself. Guess that means I'll have to go to the engine room instead.
Those other worlders he supposedly summoned, no one seems to have reported seeing either of them anywhere. It could be speculated that they've already been killed. By those infamous executioners of the Faust, that is.
Oh, please. The executioners are only a myth.
Well, seeing you here does beg the question. What if this executioner finished her job and fled the royal capital to avoid suspicion? She could even be riding this very train.
That's a pretty wild imagination you've got there, Your Highness.
You think so? I believe it's more my intuition, which has never failed me before. I guess the Faust truly are skilled. I'm impressed you were smart enough to know to protect your head first.
Well, of course I had to. Can't have you searing these beautiful ribbons of mine. You should know that a girl's sense of style is a high priority.
I am aware. I also have a taste for lavish clothes.
Don't think that your casual lust for luxury is anywhere near the same as my innate fashion sense.
I'm fond of all things strong and beautiful in the world. As such, your strength has proven to be worthy of my attention, Momo.
No thanks.
Looks like you're going to indulge me anyway.
Why don't we test out how long that arcane royal trinket of yours can hold up against something like this?
It's good to see you're both all right.
Sorry we had you all worried about us there, ma'am. But as you can see, everything's A-okay, including our precious engine.
The Princess Knight came and knocked him out in one fell swoop. Heard of her? She's famous for going around taking out scumbags like these two.
Actually, I have heard of her. I'm sad to hear I missed her. Hey, you. I know you're faking it. What's that red glow on your bodies?
So we're busted, but you're too little too late. If we aren't able to make it to Garm, we're dead men anyway. Me and my boys are all going down, and everyone on this train is too.
No way. Is that thing a primary red gem?
We were given instructions to swallow them just in case things went south.
Get out of here before you get sucked in!
But if we leave, who's gonna run the train?
Don't worry, I'll figure it out. Hurry!
Okay, we'll leave everything to you.
technique is sloppy, but it makes up for it with brute force. At least it didn't manifest as an angel or a dragon. I just need to buy some time to wear it down. Jeez, is Momo still fighting up there?
What's the problem, Momo? All you've done so far is dodge everything.
Will you please stop calling me by my name? Okay, little princess!
Now that was interesting.
I don't want to hear it!
That seemed random, but it actually wasn't. Any second it'll come flying back from behind, won't it? How clever of you! Oh, look, another one! I'll split it!
Just shut up and try it already if you think you can.
She cut the trees.
Oops, my foot slipped. You crappy little princess!
Momo?
Ow. Man, even without etheric enhancement, that was rough. Oh great, you're still alive.
It'll take more than that to kill me, and I see you're not that different. I'm impressed.
The control valve! You stupid dog! It's going out of control. This isn't good. At this rate, this train could get derailed or crash into another train at the station. I don't have time to be dealing with this thing.
What was that?
Don't know. That was weird.
Just now, something bizarre happened. I don't exactly know what, but it kind of feels familiar.
Meadow! Akari!
Wow, Menno, I can't believe how strong you are! But what is that red knight-looking thing?
More importantly, why are you here? Tell me right now!
Well, those men you tied up got all mangled out of nowhere, and then some weird red lights flew out of them and started heading towards the front of the train.
And you decided it was a good idea to go after them? I told you to be a good girl and stay where you were, remember?
I started to get really worried about you, so I wanted to be brave like before. You're not proud?
Why would I be proud? If Akari gets sucked into that thing, I'll have an even bigger problem to worry about than just a runaway train. Move! I was hoping I wouldn't have to resort to this option. I'm going to channel my ether into its body. It's not letting me in. I knew it wasn't going to be that simple, but still. All right, that did it! Now self-destruct!
Oh my goodness, that was amazing, Menno!
If you would have stayed put, I wouldn't have had to use nearly as much ether to take it down.
Was I really in the way? Oh,
Yes, you were totally in the way!
The control valve is still going haywire. I have to do something fast. I could use Magecraft to stop the train, but I've used way too much ether. I don't have nearly enough energy left to conjure on a scale that big. Akari.
Huh? What's up? What are you doing? Please don't stare at me, you're making me blush.
Look, I'm thinking of doing something that isn't technically allowed. But still, I need you to trust me.
Of course. You haven't steered me wrong before, so I trust you know what you're doing.
Okay, then listen very carefully to what I say.
Hey, wait a minute! What's going on? Why are we on top of the train? This is freaking me out!
Calm down, you'll be just fine.
I can't, and that awkward look on your face isn't calming!
Okay, is this better?
You know, I never realized you actually look pretty cute when you smile, Menno.
And your smile's so dippy as if nothing bad is happening.
Is that supposed to be a compliment?
Of course it is. Anyway, earlier I used up too much ether to be able to stop a train this big with magecraft all on my own. So I'm going to need to borrow some of yours.
Okay.
It is going to hurt though. A person's body always reacts violently when trying to connect one's own ether to another's. So I'm sorry.
Well, I don't really like pain. But what about you? Will you be okay?
I'll be fine. I lost most of what makes me who I am a very long time ago.
Huh?
That's why I'm able to connect my ether to someone else's without any pain.
Got it. Then I'll be fine as well. I believe that you can make this work, Menno.
Appreciate it. Let's do this.
Okay.
First, I'll embed my magecraft into the earthen vein. Then I'll conjure a gate to draw the train towards it and add more power. Here we go, Akari.
Yeah!
Akari. Incredible. So this is how much ether other worlders have.
Is it working? This kind of tickles.
Her body isn't even reacting that violently. But there's no time to be surprised. Not right now!
Menno! What's happening? Please tell me! You did it! It worked! You're so amazing!
I told you, didn't I? Pure, just, and powerful. Just like a priestess is supposed to be.
Truly, the heavens must be smiling upon me to allow this encounter with you. Now, show me your next move!
How did I get involved with such a nuisance like her?
We're currently preparing a substitute train. Please hold a little while longer.
You're here too!
Hey, I'm glad to see that you're safe, Millie.
Yeah, you too, miss!
What if I had failed to stop the train? It couldn't be. But the more I think about it, something like that definitely could have happened. I may have been dead along with all the other passengers. And then, maybe Akari reversed time. I wonder, just what kind of power is her pure concept concealing? The terrorists who targeted the train we were riding to Garm were each in possession of a primary red gem, which they used to merge into an Automa. As a result, the train was damaged and went out of control. I was able to connect myself to Akari and use her ether to conjure a spell to stop the train and avoid disaster. But I haven't been able to stop thinking about the bizarre occurrence that happened amid the chaos. I see. So you experienced that weird feeling as well, Momo?
That's right, I did. I have an idea about what you're thinking, too. You think Little Miss Bouncy Shirt used her pure concept to turn back time and save the train, don't you?
It's definitely a possibility, considering her pure concept is time. We were inches away from crashing into that other train, which would have caused a huge disaster. And I can't help but feel like it actually happened once.
So she turned back time to undo the catastrophe. Do you think she could possess the power to reverse time for the entire world like that?
It seems that way. She can not only turn back the clock for herself, but also everyone else completely at will.
And in this instance, you think she chose to turn the whole world back. But why would she do that?
She most likely wanted to save the other passengers from meeting such a disastrous fate.
Really? Do you think so?
I guess that's just how ordinary girls are. By the way, what happened to that non-ordinary girl you got tangled up with?
You mean that stupid, annoying princess? Honestly, I thought about squishing her like a tiny little insect. But I did the civil thing and shook her off my tail instead. You should be proud of me.
I am proud. Anyway, I'll see you in Garm.
Wait, one more thing.
What's up?
I've said this before, but I can't stress enough how careful you need to be with that girl.
Yes, I know. There are only 2 days until the elimination ritual. I have to make sure she doesn't use her pure concept any more than she already has. We'll speak again soon.
Like I said, that's not what I'm worried about.
A pure concept that is improperly attached is perpetually unstable. The more it's used, the stronger and more dangerous it becomes. I have to be careful and ensure another tragic human error never occurs. And to never let anyone else become the person I was after that incident. I have no memory of what happened to me. All I could remember was the fact that my name was Menno. I didn't feel any sorrow or fear. I was simply there.
You were always fond of making a flashy entrance. Orwell, you old hag.
And I see you're still acting in secret like you always have. Same as you ever were, Flair.
My way of working is different from yours.
Never mind that. I'm going to look for more survivors. You can take care of this girl.
Huh? Isn't this kind of thing your job?
Oh, but you're a master now, aren't you? Couldn't hurt to tackle something new now and then.
Who are you?
Who am I? I am a priestess, pure, just, and powerful. Huh. I guess using etheric connect doesn't faze her. She would be top-quality magecraft material. So, what is it you want to do? The least I could do is listen to any requests you may have.
I don't have any at all.
Well, I guess that makes sense. You have been physically and mentally blanched after all. I suppose it couldn't hurt. I'll watch you till we get to the sanctuary. Just don't die before we get there. I couldn't care less after that.
And so, that's how I ended up traveling for a while with that woman. At some point, I came to find that she was what many people infamously called an executioner. And honestly, I didn't mind that at all. Eventually, we arrived at a continent made entirely of salt.
Can you believe it? They say this place used to be home to a great number of people. But now the whole thing is just a big pile of salt. And is slowly dissolving into the sea. I'm sure it won't be long before it dissolves completely. Look, that is the Sword of Salt. It's the embodiment of purification, turning everything it pierces into salt. A weapon that can destroy the world. It's possible the world could have met the same fate as this place. This is the type of tragic human error that pure concepts are capable of. This kind of calamity otherworlders can cause, and so, your hometown being wiped out hardly even registers as a tragedy.
In that moment, it felt as though this person had made the long journey to bring me here. All to simply tell me that. She went out of her way just so she could give those words to a girl who had lost all sense of emotion. This person with a blackish-red aura, who was frightening at first, did all that for me.
I think I know now what I want to do.
Yeah? Let's hear it.
What I want is to be you.
That makes no sense.
So you're saying that you want to end up like me? You know I'm an executioner, a villain.
I thought you were pure, just, and powerful. That's what you told me.
And you actually believed that? I was being sarcastic.
Either way, you stand up to prevent the kind of thing that happened to my town. I also hated what became of it. That's why I have decided I want to become you. If you say you're a villain, then I will be one as well.
Why not be a regular priestess? If you did that, you could still be pure, just, and powerful.
Right.
And you're sure you want to follow my path? You can still change your mind.
Yes.
Idiot.
I was wondering, can I ask what your name is?
It's Flair. Wait, no. You can call me Master.
Yes, Master.
After that, she took me to a convent in the depths of the sanctuary. It was there that I was able to learn about many things. Magecraft, the nation called Japan, and the taboo entities that came from it.
Our ancient civilization once dominated continents, conquered the seas, and even went beyond the skies to visit the stars. But that prosperity was only made possible by making liberal use of the pure concepts of otherworlders. We even became so dependent that we adopted their language as our primary form of communication. However, that civilization perished because of the 4 major human errors, which was the result of pure concepts evolving out of control. It's impossible for otherworlders to return home. And so, the only way to deal with one that's been summoned is to kill them.
And so, we were taught how to kill them.
Why do we kill, you ask? Because we are simply the villains, that's why! You think it's for justice, faith, the Lord! Wrong! We are not righteous! You'll find no such vindication in this work! We are resented, hated, and will eventually get tossed aside! That is what we are! So don't hesitate to kill! Kill all otherworlders you see, regardless of whether they are good or bad! Become their closest friends, whisper words of love to them, be as underhanded as needed! From this day forward and until you die, you will kill, and keep on killing!
Stab people? Kill them? What's wrong with this place? No! I hate people who wouldn't think twice about murdering someone.
There's this new girl I met who's 2 years younger than me, and I always see her crying a lot.
And your point?
She doesn't want to kill anyone like you say we should. And it's not just her. None of the girls here seem to have the desire to kill.
Is that so? And?
In that case, I want to be the only bad person. I can do it. I'll make up for that girl and all the others as well by killing more than anyone else. So
Make up for the other girls. You really think you can do that? Menno, even though you have value as a magecraft, you are well below average.
Right.
And your physical capabilities are even lower. They're not the worst.
Right.
Your mental abilities, such as memory, mental acuity, and resourcefulness, are about average at best.
Right.
Your looks are all right. I could easily see you deceive any man or woman with your charm alone. I'd say above average.
Right.
All in all, I'd say you're middling. You seriously think you could be like me? With such mediocre talents, I'm not so sure.
Yes, Master. I didn't say I want to be like you. I want to be you. A pure, just, and powerful priestess who'll kill more lost ones than anyone in history.
I see now. It would seem that blanched-out soul of yours has evolved into something truly twisted. I'll just have to beat everything I know into your pretty little head. And I mean everything. Do you understand?
Yes.
I want you to take everything I am and assimilate into your empty soul. If the time comes when it is eventually destroyed by true happiness, and you are able to come out the other side unscathed, then, and only then, will you surpass me.
Yes, Master.
All right then. For starters, we'll need to do something about your lackluster etheric control. I'll have to teach you about etheric camouflage. But before we can start with all that, you should do something about your hair. There's ample opportunity to manipulate people with good looks. It's called having a sense of style.
Right. Style, got it.
Just make sure you don't fall behind.
From that day on, I went through the long and arduous process of training to become Master Flare's successor, her Flairette. That's right. That's the promise I made to Master Flare. I have to kill more Otherworlders than anyone else in all of history. That is my job.
That was a nice nap.
Hey, sleepyhead. Good afternoon.
Huh? Already?
Hey, look. We can see the capital.
Is that Garm?
Uh-huh. That's the place. The location of the ceremonial hall that'll send you back home. Our final destination.
What a gorgeous city!
Isn't it? Garm is pretty famous for its scenic beauty.
Oh, can I take a look around? I want to see all the sights while I can. Oh, I mean together, of course. I believe anything worth doing is much more fun as a pair.
Okay, but first, there's a certain place I need to visit.
All right, but it's a date, okay? You have to promise.
Fine, I promise.
Oh, wow! Is that castle where we're going?
No, but it looks nice, right? That's the old royal palace. It belongs to the noblesse, so that's where their people stay. Our business is over there.
Huh?
That's the cathedral. It's a sacred place for us Faust.
But didn't you say the Faust and Noblesse don't get along? What are they doing right next to each other?
This city is pretty old, so I'm sure there's some historical reason for it. Anyway, I was told we'd find the hall we're looking for in here.
Ooh, so pretty! Wow.
Could you please stop ogling like that? You sound stupid.
You know, you can be real mean sometimes, Menno.
Well, if you stop acting like a dummy, I'll stop calling it out.
Rude? You do know I'm going home soon, right? Can't you be nicer to me?
I'm just messing with you. This place does look beautiful. I've never been in this cathedral before. It's truly breathtaking. It's so resplendent and elaborate, and they've even adorned the building with multiple magecraft crests.
What's so amazing about that?
It enhances the outer wall as a protective barrier, but it also has a barrier that functions internally. It's an efficient setup. Of course, not just anyone has the ability to properly activate it. You need an immense amount of skill, like Archbishop Orwell.
Well, I certainly appreciate the kind words, Miss Menno.
Archbishop Orwell! Sorry I didn't notice you.
No need to be so formal. I'm happy we finally get to meet in person. I heard there was some trouble on the train ride over here.
I'm sorry to have worried you.
I'm just glad you're all right. And you must be...
I'm Akari Tokito, ma'am.
Nice to meet you. I'm Orwell. I've heard about your conundrum. It must be awful to have been thrown into a completely different world.
No, it's honestly not that big of a deal.
Well, not to worry. The preparations for the ritual are coming along smoothly, so you'll be home in no time. We'll be holding it 2 days from now at noon.
Yes! Thank you many much, ma'am.
What are you saying? That doesn't make any sense.
By the way, Menno, what were you planning to do after the ritual is complete?
Huh?
If you're planning to take the pilgrimage route along the border, I can have the church cover your expenses.
You could do that? I'd really appreciate it.
If you also wanted to be helpful while you're in the city, I was wondering if I could ask a favor of you.
What is it?
I told you about some recent incidents around here. Do you remember?
Yes. You said a series of young women have gone missing lately. Is that right?
Yes, precisely. I was hoping you could help my investigation into it until the ritual is ready.
Do you think I'll actually be of much help?
It's okay if you aren't able to turn anything up. I mainly just wanted a fresh perspective on it.
All right then. I'll do what I can to discover some results.
Thank you. I'm counting on you, Miss Menno.
Wow, what a nice room! The Archbishop must have pulled a lot of strings to get us here. Akari?
What?
Are you upset or something?
Yes, of course I'm upset.
Okay, but why?
You promised me that we'd go on a date!
Huh?
You told me that we would go sightseeing together, but then you went and promised the Archbishop something else!
The investigation? But that's...
Plus, they're returning the favor by paying for some kind of pilgrimage thingy for you, right? No wonder it's more important to you.
Hey, wait just a sec.
Yeah, I get it. That lady's important, and she's someone you highly respect, right? But as for me, I'm just some stranger, and I'll be gone soon anyway.
I never said anything like...
Fine! I'm going to take a bath!
Just 2 more days until she's...
Blah! Menno, you big dummy! I'm the dummy.
Hi, you called for me, my love? Oh, so there's been a series of disappearances. Do you think it could possibly have something to do with human trafficking?
They looked into that already, but found nothing.
Maybe the work of a heretic, like collecting material to summon a demon of some kind.
Perhaps. It's possible an original sin might be involved. Go ahead and start looking more in that direction.
Well, I don't have any problem with helping out. However, while I'm out investigating, what will you be up to?
Well, I kind of promised Akari we'd go sightseeing.
Oh, I see! After all, you can't have her flapping those useless honkers of hers all over the place and ruining the investigation.
Sure, that's why. See, I knew you would get it.
Seeing as I love you so very much, I guess I'll let it slide and do this little favor for you.
I appreciate it, Momo.
Don't you worry about a thing. I'll have this all wrapped up in no time.
Wait, one last thing. The gems that the Terra swallowed, the person who provided them, would most likely be someone who's experienced with magecraft. One of them implied that they could have gotten away if they made it to Garm. If whoever conspired with them is in the city, then the red gems probably came from here as well.
And that person could be one of the noblest here. Am I right?
I'm glad to see you're as sharp as ever. Exactly. So be careful.
All right. Just leave it to me.
I'm always leaving the dirty work to her. Akari? Why did you walk out here in just a towel?
I'm sorry that I yelled at you! I should have known that your work as a priestess is extremely important to you. That was insensitive of me. And I'm so sorry. I'll go sightseeing by myself. I wish you the best of luck in your assignment.
Anything worth doing is more fun as a pair, remember? Huh? Of course, if you'd rather go alone, that's fine too. I would understand.
Absolutely not! I want to go with you, Menno! I do! I swear! You're coming with, okay?
Okay, I'll go with you, all right? You don't have to hold on to me so tight. Your towel, Belle.
Huh?
Flairette, huh? She does have potential, yes. Wouldn't you agree, Flair? My back.
Dubcast. After arriving at the ancient capital of Garm, Akari and I visited the cathedral to see Archbishop Orwell. Akari's under the impression the purpose of the ritual we came here to perform is to send her back to her own world. But in reality, it's a ceremonial hall used for eliminating dangerous otherworlders who possess pure concepts.
Come on, Menno! Let's go! Hurry up!
There's no need to rush. We have more than enough time to check everything out.
I know. But I want to do as many things as we can together.
You got it.
Such a blast!
You must be tired. Why don't you take a bath?
Oh, I know! Do you want to take one together? We could wash each other.
Take a bath together? You know, I think you should be more careful about getting that intimate with someone so quickly.
What are you talking about, silly? Like I said, being able to meet you honestly feels like fate to me. Honestly, do you think I'd act this way around just any random person I met? That hurts my feelings, Menno. The only reason I brought it up is because I like you.
I know, Akari. I understand, but...
I'm not sure you do understand. Do you really get my overflowing desire to spend the time we have left as intimately as possible? Come on now, Menno. I'm sure it'll only bring us closer together.
That's enough. Just take your bath already, okay? On your own.
See? I knew you didn't get it. Fine. Just don't come crying to me when you regret missing out on such a great opportunity.
So she really likes me that much. But when tomorrow comes, I'm going to kill her.
Hello?
Momo, thanks for your help.
It breaks my heart that I don't get to see you today. My only wish is to feel your warmth up close and in person.
Momo being the same as ever is kind of reassuring.
Is something wrong over there?
No, it's nothing. Anyway, how is the investigation into those missing women going?
Pretty well, actually. You and I both know that while Garm may look all nice and squeaky clean on the surface, it's actually hiding its true nastiness away.
That's an interesting way to put it, but go on.
Well, it's rumored that if anything shady is going on, it can usually be traced back to the underground sewers. So I went and interviewed some homeless people who live down there.
Great instincts, Momo. Sounds like you're on the right track.
Yes, give me more delicious praise!
Momo, please stay focused on the
Yay!
report.
I was able to find someone who told me they saw a group of shady-looking people. And the place they saw them was near the former royal palace.
The former palace? Noblest territory.
So it looks like your theory about the noblest possibly being involved might not be too far off. I figured I'd start looking into that right now to see what else I can find.
Sounds good. Just be careful not to get in any trouble.
I know. And you're gonna give me a nice big reward for all this work I'm doing, right?
Okay, Momo. I'll think about it.
Alrighty then. Off I go!
A reward, huh? I do ask a lot of her pretty often. Maybe I should get something nice for her.
I'm sad that I have to leave this world so soon. It feels like I barely just arrived. It's really nice.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you're enjoying yourself.
It may be the only chance I'll have to visit another world, so yeah. Since we know how to send me back home, are you sure I can't stay longer?
Come on, I can't let you do—
a street vendor! Let's take a look! You made these items by hand?
Yeah, we also have the pretty fabrics that Garm is famous for. You could get something pre-made, but why not make something yourself?
But I'm pretty bad at making stuff with my hands, though. What should I do?
Maybe I could make something.
Really?
There, all done. Not half bad.
Wow, Menno. That second one you made wouldn't happen to be a gift for me now, would it?
Well, it's not.
Huh? What?
They're a gift for a young priestess I know. She's always sticking her neck out for me, so I— Akari?
Typical Menno. Oblivious to the problem. I know it's not on purpose, but still.
Don't tell me. You're upset again?
Well, yeah! Here I am about to leave forever, and you don't even think to get me anything!
Okay, fine. Let me see this for a sec.
Huh?
Here, all finished. Yep, you're adorable.
Wow! That's another thing I like about you. You have amazing taste.
Huh?
Thank you so much, Menno.
Of course, it's no problem. I just knew it'd be perfect for a ditzy flowerhead such as yourself.
Hold on. Why do I get the feeling you're trying to insult me again?
Hello there, Miss Menno. And you too, Miss Akari Tokito. We've been expecting the two of you.
I appreciate you coming out to greet us.
Let's not wait any longer. Please come along with me.
Of course! Thank you again for helping me out.
Oh, wow. Looks like a hidden passageway. Nice find. Sometimes I impress myself. Something's really off about this place. What's with these walls? They look like they're made out of some kind of ritual material. Why is that?
Well, well, if it isn't the adorable Momo. It's fancy running into you here. It seems we're destined to meet.
Bite your tongue and die, you pompous bitch.
I do wonder, however, what business could you possibly have here? It's not a typical place to find a priestess.
Well, you see, the church asked me to run an errand in exchange for pilgrimage funds, but I doubt a little princess like you would understand actually having to work for things.
What was that? Little princess sounds absolutely adorable. Feel free to call me Little Ashna from now on. I like it.
Ew, gross.
I thought I sensed something going on as soon as I arrived to the formal royal palace. It felt as though the knights here may have been trying to hide something from me.
What else would you expect from Nobles?
Quite the biting remark. Anyway, I was able to sneak away into the heavily guarded area beneath the palace, and that's when I happened to find you here.
Yeah? This little princess is more intuitive than I gave her credit for.
So, exactly what kind of errand did they send you on? It's possible the two of us may be able to help each other out.
Well, that's a stupid idea. Why would I ever want to help someone like you out? Also, stop following me. It's creepy. Hey, what's wrong with you? You want to die or something?
Well, you keep neglecting me.
You're crazy.
It seems I was right. Those ribbons are your weakness. They were the first things you protected back on the train. Do they hold some sentimental value to you? Could they possibly be a gift from someone important?
A girl should have a keen sense of style. Master told me that. You look cute. Thank you. I know. You really don't know how to read a room, do you, little princess? Your family ever tell you that before?
It would have been nice to have a family who could tell me things like that.
Boo-hoo, my family wasn't that close. I don't care.
All right, here we are.
This place was always here? How did I not know this?
Now then, Miss Akari, you will need to sit on that altar.
Right. It's okay.
Is this it? Is this really the last time we'll see each other?
That's right. Unfortunately.
I wanted to be able to spend a lot more time with you, Menno.
I feel exactly the same. I do. But still, we both know this world isn't where you belong. You'll be fine. There's nothing you need to worry about. Even if she experiences pain, I'm sure it will only be for a moment.
Thanks a lot for everything. I guess it's time.
Yeah, looks like it. Bye, Akari.
What's this?
Looks like a secret ritual site. Huh.
I think you're right.
Seems like the two of you have become good friends.
Yes. At least that's how I acted towards her.
Ah, I imagine this must be hard for you.
I've killed so many before her. She should be no different from the others. At least, that's what I thought. Master Flare would never feel conflicted like this.
You shouldn't be comparing yourself to your teacher, Menno. Flare was the type to go against the grain and defy the conventional way of viewing things. But I want you to know you exist in this world for a reason, and you have your own role to fulfill. I hope understanding that will put your worries at ease.
Yes. I appreciate your wisdom. My role in this very moment is to see Akari's death through to the end.
Statues in the cardinal directions and overlapping pentagrams. There's no doubt this is definitely a teleportation test site. And considering we found this place right under the former palace...
There can be no other conclusion than the fact that the Noblists were involved in heresy. And it's possible my father may have used this location well in preparation for summoning those other worlders here.
Well, that could be true. But to be honest, I'm amazed they reproduced this so well, since it requires knowledge that's exclusive to the Faust. How'd they do this?
You seem to be putting a lot of faith in your own people, Momo.
Huh?
So the church really just sent you on an errand? Honestly, I assumed you were performing an internal investigation.
Really? Just what are you implying?
You said it yourself. The Noblists definitely don't have the knowledge required to build a ritual site such as this. I should know that better than anyone, considering I'm one of them. So, who has that knowledge again?
Huh?
All right. Didn't you say the Faust? It appears the Noblest and the Faust are conspiring together. The former palace and cathedral are right next to each other. The groups must have convened in this underground passageway. But also, this is too major for any normal priestess. So, who do you think could orchestrate this?
You don't mean... I'm being blocked!
Communication magecraft. That's exclusive to the Faust, is it not? Are you trying to reach someone on the outside?
Could you shut your trap for 1 second?
Let's try this!
I'm connected! Minnow, be careful! You need to watch out for her!
Well then, looks like it's time.
Indeed. Farewell. Momo?
You look concerned. Is there something the matter, Miss Minnow?
Archbishop.
So she bypassed the communication barrier. I was hoping the investigation would keep the two of you separated, but it appears I underestimated her. Well, not a problem. I'll dispose of you both.
Those are the 3 primary color gems!
Meadow! Akari, get out of here!
My scripture! All right.
Meadow! What's going on?
Was that from the cathedral?
Minnow!
Wait! Momo! It figures. Of course they'd have a trap prepared. I knew it'd be too easy for us to just walk out of here. A dragon form Atma and a summoned demon. Well, Momo, it seems we'll have to help each other out with this one.
I can't even express how much it pisses me off, but you're right. Just once!
What is this? The young women who went missing. Red material. And the summoning of other worlders in the royal capital. So the one behind everything was...
Apparently I still have much to improve upon, considering I was easily fooled by your false kindness.
Don't feel so discouraged. Over the years, one simply tends to develop more underhanded ways of manipulating the youth around them. You appear to be quite level-headed and capable for someone of your age, but I must say you have yet to become nearly as vigilant as your master.
I'm sorry if that disappoints you.
Can you hear me? Meadow!
What exactly is your reason for doing all of this? You've lived your whole life in service to the church and even became Archbishop. So why?
Of course I don't expect you of all people to understand. All you've ever done is kill. When everyone expects you to help them, you'll eventually resent and loathe their pleas. Help me, please help. Why are you not doing everything you can to aid us? We demand more. Those ceaseless yearning voices never seem to leave me alone. But no one seems interested in helping me.
She created a protective barrier.
Buying time by hearing me ramble. Did you think that little aid of yours might catch up and help you out? My apologies. But that won't happen. Now, where were we? Ah, yes. You wanted to know why I would do all this. You see, my lower back has been aching something terrible lately, and has been getting worse. It's gotten so bad I can hardly get up in the morning. In my old age, I've come to realize I'm not in any way holy. I'm just an ordinary person who had the time and energy to help others throughout my life. So who can blame me? Is it wrong for me to ask in return for the years of service I've given? I deserve to make use of that girl's pure concept, to finally get back my wasted youth.
You're saying this whole time your real objective was to use Akari's time regression?
Get your hands off me!
Quiet, Other Worlder! Stay still and this will be over quickly. Alright, begin!
The timing couldn't have been more perfect. My experiments using young women were starting to hit a bit of a dead end for me. I gave the noblest the means to summon other worlders in exchange for them turning a blind eye to what I was doing here. But who could have predicted that that would be what helped me in the end? I must admit, I never expected Princess Ashina to come all the way here. I guess that doesn't really matter, though. I've contained the girl and her pure concept is at my disposal. So all's well that ends well.
I see now. It makes sense that someone like you who's getting older and decrepit would end up having the desire to use Akari's time regression. But even with your phenomenal skill in magecraft, something as powerful as a pure concept isn't something you'll be able to manipulate at will.
Of course, Miss Minnow. That's why we have this ceremonial hall.
What?
I suppose there's no harm in telling you, but it was originally a test site used for the purpose of erasing personalities.
Erasing personalities?
In other words, it's a place for completely blanching a person's mind and soul. When you wipe an otherworlder's mind, all that's left is their pure concept, which is then available to use as you wish. We were able to source a fragment of white from the star husk in the northern continent to make this place. Not even an otherworlder would be able to resist its power to blanch everything out.
Akari!
There's no need to worry. In order to use her pure concept effectively, you're the perfect magecraft material. So I'll use both of you. You can stay together. The only reason I waited 10 years was because I still needed you to grow and become a proper catalyst for my needs. However, I don't expect you'll comply without putting up a fight, so...
It's a red Automa, but this one looks like it's an angel form.
Perhaps I'm going overboard with this since you've lost your scripture. So, I'll just have it go a little easy on you.
Utilizing other worlders is strictly forbidden. Using the human body as material is also forbidden. Since you have committed crimes on both counts, you must die.
So you're to be Flair's successor, huh? You truly have become a lot like her. Well, considering the blank slate you once were. I've been waiting to see what you'd become over the course of these past 10 years. All the while conducting repeated experiments on completely erasing personalities. Oh yes. I happen to recall one time I went too far and blanched part of the pure concept itself. It was quite the disaster. But I'm sure you know all about that. I'm speaking about the time an otherworlder's power became a makeshift wipe and wiped out an entire town. And the only one who suspected me was that newfound master of yours, Flair.
So then, that was you?
Does this come as a surprise? You were a poor young girl who failed to meet your hometown's fate.
Hey, Momo! Do you have any idea what this thing is or how to kill it?
No idea. I assume it might have something to do with original sin. But if you're having trouble beating it, just let it kill you. Time's running short. I have to hurry up and get to Minnow.
Don't worry, Otherworlder. Soon you'll forget everything.
No. I don't want to forget. Minnow! This place is...
Right. This is the cathedral in Garm. You little... Oh! I got a present from Meadow this time. Aw. I'm glad. Sometimes I don't get any gift from her at all.
Hey, stay right there! Do you want me to hurt you more?
Looks like it's time to resist. Sorry about that, but I have no intention of going with anyone other than Menno. More importantly, Menno is the only person I would ever allow to kill me. No good. Guess it's still moving. No matter how many times I try, I can't stop that thing. Wonder where that is. Things are better this time. At least I don't have to rewind things like I did back on the train. Perhaps the best scenario here is to have that one go wreak havoc. Am I being too mean? Then again, I hate that she has those ribbons. Momo, I'm sorry. Okay, time to do my thing again. It's okay. I'll leave a sense of déjà vu like always. Also, my unwavering love for Menno, of course. There's nothing to be afraid of. Huh? Wasn't I in a really bad situation just now? Well, whatever. I guess I escaped.
What a pain. This is getting nowhere.
What's this? If that's all you got, then my barrier's more than enough for this pathetic flame.
Momo! Did that kill her?
They're gone. You took them! I swear I protected them! I failed! This isn't fair! I won't have it! I won't have it! They were a gift from her! My Minnow means the world to me! Nothing could be more precious! I'll kill you! You left me no choice! This is all your fault!
Wait, could this be? You can't! Not the Earthen Vein! The entire castle will crumble on her head!
Shut up, princess! Just die! I hate you all, except for Minnow! She's the only one that means anything to me! I swear on my life, you'll pay for this! You all will! Everyone in the world besides Minnow can just die!
That's quite the impressive display, Momo! Perhaps I shouldn't have been holding myself back down there. It appears this castle was a den of corruption anyway. Time to bring out my full strength! I believe you guards should step aside. I can't promise you won't get hurt. Now then, demons. Surely even you will perish once reduced to nothing. such a symbol of history is exhilarating.
You're not being very aggressive, Miss Minnow. You've gotten quite adept at controlling your ether. However, it appears you don't have much of it to spare. What do you plan to do when you eventually run out?
She separated me from Minnow and made these stupid things attack me. Because of all that, I will make her suffer! I'll kill her!
The barrier's broken?
You know, if there's one thing in this world I can brag about, it'd be my aide. She's the most competent person you'll—
Meadow!
I'm so glad you're safe! I'm glad! I'd be devastated if you weren't okay!
Akari, you idiot! Why are you
Huh? Why are you angry at me all of a sudden? Because I clearly told you to run away!
I couldn't leave you behind!
How did that girl escape the hull?
Just shut up!
What's going on, Minnow? I can't see anything! Huh? Is it just me, or does it sound like someone is crying? Oh no! Is the building exploding?
The girl does seem competent, with plenty of ether in her as well. But if she keeps this up, I doubt she'll be able to last much longer. I'll go ahead and finish taking care of you, Miss Minnow.
Seriously, Akari, why would you come here when you know it's going to be dangerous?
Well, because there isn't a single place in this world I can think of that's safer than being at your side.
You're such an idiot. But it's okay. I just thought of something.
Huh?
You and your diversions. Flair really has rubbed off on you. Did you intend to use the dregs of red with your paltry amount of ether? How predictable.
Really? Did you predict this?
Whew. Can't let my guard down for a second, can I? Seems I underestimated just how pesky you are. Flair? But how? I don't believe it. So you were disguised as Menno this entire time to get close to me?
Not quite, but you got one thing right. I do love diversions.
Oh, what?
Etheric camouflage.
Akari, I need to borrow your ether. There's nothing left to protect you now.
I guess being Archbishop paid off. The magecraft built into this cathedral protected me.
The automatic system made to guard dignitaries.
You were so close, but it wasn't enough. Now to truly finish you off.
I've run out of options, except the most dangerous one of all. The one I've been trying to avoid at all costs. Her ether alone won't be enough. I need to use her pure concept itself, and dive deep into her consciousness to do so, even though it's strictly forbidden. I have no choice!
Menno?
It's swallowing me in.
Where am I?
When is this? I failed to become the villain I was supposed to be. A part of me never stopped longing to be a priestess who is simply pure, just, and powerful. Even though my life has only ever had meaning on this dark red path I've followed. If I were to die right this moment, would I finally be able to go to that classroom?
Don't worry. No matter what happens, no matter what anyone does, no matter what time it happens to be, I'll always be your best friend, Menno.
What was that? You're right. Thank you for that, Akari.
But why me? I'm completely different from you. I have helped so many people throughout the course of my life. I deserve the right to live.
There's something I would like to know. If your desire was so strong, why did you not make use of your scripture?
I thought if I could cast aside all that's just and pure, then I would be granted the freedom to find another path I could follow and find some kind of meaning. Meaning that I had always searched for, but was unable to find in the righteous life I'd lived up to that point. Tell me, Miss Menno, your life has been the complete opposite of mine, so I want to know if you may have some kind of answer.
Unfortunately, I don't. I'm sorry. From the very beginning, I've...
That rampage of yours sure has wiped you out, hasn't it? Well then, I've enjoyed our time, Momo.
A dragon and a demon suddenly emerged from underground, and the Princess Knight Ashuna Grisarika defeated them with the help of a priestess. In the midst of the battle, Archbishop Orwell was unfortunately killed. That is what was told to the public. As for the Archbishop's heretical crimes, they have been concealed by the Church's higher-ups. Given the amount of power the Church has, it's unlikely that anyone will be able to uncover them.
I'm so sorry, Menno.
What do you mean, Momo?
Well, the ribbons you gave me, they were destroyed during the battle. I treasured them more than anything in the world because they were a gift from you.
Turn around and close your eyes.
Huh?
You're as cute as ever.
Menno, I don't understand how you're always able to give me things I need when I require it most.
Well, perhaps it could have something to do with being your mentor.
I love you so much! There isn't anyone in the world I love more than you, Menno!
I get the feeling Akari must have regressed back from a future far beyond this point in time. She seems to have forgotten everything from before she regressed, but was able to retain her affection for me.
Do you think that's the reason why she was so quick to trust you when you first met each other?
It's possible. When I connected to the depths of her soul and consciousness, I sensed something. My future self must have deceived Akari so well to have earned that much trust. But for whatever reason, I was still unable to kill her and she regressed. So I've made up my mind. I am going to continue on this journey with Akari. And I won't stop until I've found some way to kill her.
No, Menno. No. No!
Menno, don't! What's the matter? You're finally awake? You okay?
Minnow!
What's wrong?
I just had a bad nightmare.
A nightmare? About what?
I don't know. I'm not sure. But I want you to know I love you so much.
It's okay. Everything's fine now. I'm sorry. This whole time, I've been trying to kill you.
I would have been fine with that. You should have gone through with it.
I can't. Not when I finally learned what friendship is.
Don't go, Menno! No! If this is how things are going to end, if I'm going to be killed by this woman, then I would rather my life end by Menno's hands.
Farewell, you incomplete concept of time.
Please, Menno. Make sure you kill me properly this time.
Archbishop Orwell was trying to use Akari's pure concept of time to regain her youth. During my battle to stop her, I made contact with Akari's consciousness and came to realize something. It turns out Akari had rewound time back several months to relive our time in this world together. The reason she was so friendly from the moment we met was a remnant of what she had already experienced, which means despite earning so much of Akari's trust, I was still unable to kill her. So this time I'll make sure of it. This time I will kill her.
Deep within me, there's a whole other personality that I don't even know about. The true Akari Tokito, who remembers everything from before I regressed. The true me decided to turn back time in order to prevent my precious Menno from meeting a terrible fate. Don't you die on me, Menno. Because I want you to kill me properly this time. These gates are open to any who wish to pass through, whether they be healthy, ill, happy, unhappy, diligent, slothful, wise, or foolish. Whether they be devout followers or any kind of heretic.
Whether they be pure or evil of heart.
Huh?
These holy gates are open unto them. Those words represent the spirit of pilgrimage. I've always liked them. They say finishing your journey by leaving through these gates absolves you of your sins. And from then on, you are reborn anew.
I see they were able to issue you a new scripture, Menno.
That's right. The current acting archbishop had it arranged for me. I was also given some travel funds, so we're all set to move on to the next place.
Okay, time for another journey.
Let's go. Our next destination is the sanctuary. It's on this pilgrimage route, way off at the very end.
Got it. You said there's a residential area for lost ones there, and you think that they'll take me in, right?
Correct. Keep in mind that it's gonna take about 3 months to make it there.
We can do this, as long as I'm with you.
Right, let's go.
Oh, hey, wait, Menno!
Huh?
I'd really like it if we could take the first step together. Can we?
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
Okay, here we go. Ready, and...
That's right. This is a fresh new start, on the road to finding a way to kill Akari. And then, when I have found a way, to end her life myself.
Hey, Menno. This place, it's the wilderness area, right?
You mean the wild frontier? The environment is so harsh that humans entirely gave up on developing it into settlements. So there are really long stretches of it in between the different countries.
Didn't you also say there are scary creatures out here?
That's right, there are. And also, there's outlaws who like to call themselves adventurers.
Considering all that, this area seems pretty normal.
This is the pilgrimage route, which is relatively pretty safe. Anyway, you seem very optimistic. Do you think you can keep that up?
Yeah! This'll be so much fun! Come on, Menno!
Okay.
I'm tired.
Come on now, our next stop is just a little bit farther.
This is draining my very soul.
If that were actually the case, then you wouldn't be able to say it.
I guess that's true. When you're really worn down, you don't even have the energy to complain. Hey! How about a quick guessing game? Can you guess why my spirit is still fulfilled on this tough journey?
No idea.
Come on, you gotta try harder than that. It's because my emotional oasis is right next to me. And by that, I mean you, Menno.
Well, as for myself, I believe you're draining all of my energy out of me. Can't you find a more self-sufficient way to keep your spirit so fulfilled?
Well, I need my daily dose of Menno nutrients from the source. I'll shrivel up and die without them.
No, you won't. You lived just fine for 16 whole years without these so-called nutrients.
That was then and this is now. I don't remember those years. It's all about today, Menno. We need to live our lives for the present while we're both still young.
You still need to look back on the past and think about the future every now and then. Look there. Our future is right ahead.
Huh? Wow! Such a beautiful town! Right next to a bright blue ocean!
That's the port city of Libelle. It's nice and relaxing.
Ah! I can't wait!
Look, that's the ocean.
Right.
Ever seen it before?
No.
Have anything to say about it?
It's big.
Is that all?
It's blue.
You really are a blank slate, aren't you?
Master? Do you call that fog?
Fog, Technically, but not quite. That's one of the 4 major human errors scattered around the world. The pandemonium. Inside it is a major calamity that almost destroyed the entire world. Those who enter it can never hope to come out again. It's a prison of fog.
Hey, do you think those are clouds? Should we go? The weather looks like it's getting pretty cloudy.
Don't worry about that. It won't be an issue.
Really?
That's right. Those clouds are always there.
Huh.
I'm going ahead. There's somewhere I need to visit.
Huh? Hey, don't leave me behind, Menno!
We will be sure to process your request.
Thank you so much. I'll return soon.
Hey, so are you all finished up?
I am.
Do you really have to go out of your way to apply for travel funds from every single church we come across?
Well, they are the ones funding our journey, so I don't think it's fair to complain.
Yeah, I guess seeing all the sights is more of a bonus. Hey, so, I was wondering if we could check out a certain place? There! That island with the castle!
Oh, you mean Libelle Island. Unfortunately, we aren't allowed to go there.
Huh? Why not?
It's private. It's the property of Count Libelle, who's a dignitary of the city. We can't go unless we have special business there or if a special event is being held.
Man, that's no fun.
Don't be too discouraged about it. There are other places that I'm sure you'll like to check out.
Really?
Yeah. Anyway, my feet are tired. How about we treat ourselves?
Huh? Oh, yeah? Okay, let's do it. Come on! Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Okay.
Flair's successor, Flairette. Yes, I remember her.
Feels so good.
Glad to see you're enjoying yourself. How is it?
It's great. But you must be pretty strapped for cash if your idea of us treating ourselves to something nice is using the bath.
I like to think of it more as being honorably frugal.
Yeah, I get it. It's all part of being pure, just, and powerful like a priestess should be. By the way, you said our destination on this journey is someplace called the Sanctuary, right?
Yeah, why?
They'll take me in. That's what you said, right? But you know, I've kind of been thinking, it wouldn't be so bad if I kept traveling around this world. Along with you, of course.
Don't be silly.
Huh?
The whole point of a journey is to get to a destination.
I don't know. I don't see anything wrong with getting sidetracked now and then.
If you say so. I'm gonna go dry off now. You're all good. Akari said she'll stay in a while longer.
Okay. Minnow. It's been 2 agonizing weeks without you. Let me feel that beautiful warmth of yours. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. It's all mine and no one else's. I'll never share you.
Okay. Good to see you too, Momo. I'm impressed you managed to beat us here without taking the pilgrimage route. It wasn't too bad, was it?
Oh, that was nothing at all. I did have a run-in with her royal dumbness on the way, but it was nothing I couldn't handle.
Wait, Princess Ashuna? Why would a princess come out here? Does she have business around this place?
It's possible she's gotten a thirst for battle.
A thirst for battle?
Anyway, I was able to fight her back into the danger zone of some ancient ruins and left her to fend for herself. With any luck, she should be dead by now.
I see.
Anyway, I was wondering, how long were you gonna stay here in Libelle?
Why? What's up?
Don't you remember? There's a lot of people here that are a part of that one group.
That one group? Oh, do you mean the fourth?
Yeah, that's right. They're pretty despicable, aren't they? Denying the title of either Faust Noblesse or Commons, and claiming to be some liberated fourth class. They only cause trouble. They're quite the nuisance.
You seem to be forgetting they had a pretty sizable following at one point. They could have grown more, into a real threat, but Master Flare was able to capture their leader and stifle their progress a few years ago.
Yes, exactly. So don't you think they'd have a grudge against Master Flare for taking down their leader like that?
Well, it is possible.
And now they have you, her Flarettes, surrounded in a town that's full of them.
So you want me to be careful, right?
Right. Although I'm not too worried, I know you can handle yourself. Although I did look into the members of the fourth here just in case. I'll send you the details in your scripture later.
Thanks, Momo. I'm proud to have someone as dependable as you.
Well, you do have every reason to be.
Huh?
Give me more praise, please.
Good job, Momo. Huh? Sounds like Akari's done with the bath.
Man. Oh, one last thing. Speaking of that little hussy, did you think about trying to use the pandemonium?
Huh?
Otherworldler or not, I doubt she'd be able to escape if you toss her in there. There might even be some crazy monster inside of it, and maybe you can eat her so our problem is over.
Yeah, good idea.
Wait, do you mean that idea had never crossed your mind before now?
It hadn't. I completely spaced out. But it's definitely the most promising idea I've heard so far. It may be worth a try.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
That was an awfully long bath.
Back in Japan, it's pretty normal.
Really?
And by the way, did I hear you talking to someone a second ago?
You must have been hearing things. Come on, I'll dry your hair for you. Just sit down over there.
Okay.
This is what I was truly worried about. Minnow must be conflicted about killing that girl.
Am I hesitating? No, that can't be right.
Alrighty, I'll try.
I'm an executioner, and my primary job in that role is to kill lost ones.
Libelle has such an interesting look to it.
The buildings here were designed to accommodate being built on the hills, which is why it looks like this.
Look! I'll call this the Ocean, Town, and Menno. What a lovely shot.
Oh, thanks, I guess. I'm glad you're having fun today.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm having fun too. But still, I'm so disappointed we aren't able to go see that place. It's such a lovely castle.
I know you really want to go, but like I already said, it's private, so we can't. Although, maybe we can look at it up close from the sea.
Huh?
I'm sure the church won't mind if we borrow their boat. Wanna go?
Of course! Wait a minute, you know how to steer a boat?
I was taught how to be capable of all kinds of things. It's all part of being a priestess. Just leave it up to me.
This is great! Menno, this is so much fun!
Please sit down before you fall off. Also, take that nausea medication I gave you.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Ooh, look, Menno! We're getting closer to the castle. Who did you say owned this place? A count, right?
Yes, but recently Count Libelle has fallen very ill. His only daughter has been acting on his behalf. Apparently, she's still a teenager.
Wow, you're so informed. How do you know?
I was told at the church yesterday. Actually, it was Momo that
I couldn't
told me.
imagine being in charge like that at my age.
Count Libelle was one of the initial members of the Fourth and was the one funding their operations. It is true that in his absence, the person in charge of this city's faction of the Fourth is his daughter, Manon Libelle.
Are we sure she's in town at this moment?
She was spotted on the pilgrimage route leading to here. Considering the timing, she surely must be here.
It just had to be Flair's successor. Why would she pass through here? This could cause trouble for us. Do you know whether or not she is strong?
I had heard that she's the one who took down Archbishop Orwell. We can't underestimate her.
Lady Mullen.
Yes?
We'd like to hear your thoughts on behalf of Count Libelle. What do you make of all this?
Well, why don't we just watch her for a while? It's possible she may pass through town without doing anything.
Honestly, Lady Manon.
My, I suppose you're too young to remember how much of a threat Flair was.
Oh, I remember. I actually have quite the vivid memory of how that woman killed my mother.
What a shame. That useless woman wasn't worth the trouble we went through to get her.
In any case, we must do something regarding this Flairette. We can't allow her to do anything that might affect the distribution of our product.
I'll start with making a preemptive attack. My apologies, if you don't mind, that is.
Yes, I'll be sure to tell my father. Well then. Thank you all for coming, but it's time for me to take my leave. Please enjoy the sandwiches. I had them made for you. It would be a shame to have to throw them out.
I don't know that we can count on her. She's just a child.
Well, I give her one thing. These sandwiches are pretty delicious.
The Pandemonium. An inescapable prison of fog. It's said that entering into it is simple, but getting out is impossible. Even for Akari, who can revive herself by regressing time. This might just work. Looks like that drug I had her take is working.
Where am I? Oh, right. This place is Libelle. From the looks of things, I'm inside the Pandemonium, so everything must be right on track. Okay, everything's going smoothly. Whoa! This thing! Ah, do I have to get swallowed by that creature again? How many times has it been? Feels awful in there. Sorry, but this won't work. Try again, Menno. Huh? What's this light? I didn't see that the last time.
If this ends up being enough to kill Akari, the journey will be over. After that, nothing changes. I'll simply go back to my regular life as an executioner. But what is this pain I feel in my heart? Is it guilt? No, I lost any right to feel guilty a long time ago.
Oh! That hurt! Menno, how did I manage to bump my head? I thought I was looking at the castle. I'm so confused.
What do you mean?
Huh?
Akari, after you viewed the castle, you said you were sleepy, and before I knew it, you were snoozing like a rock. You seriously don't remember that?
What? Really? Sorry for leaving you by yourself, especially since you brought me all the way here.
It's fine. I'm not mad.
Hey, so were you sad about not having me around to talk to?
Actually, the opposite. I was grateful for the peace and quiet. It was pretty nice.
Hey, rude! You're supposed to be all sweet and tell me you were lonely, even if you weren't.
Fine, whatever. Let's head back. My hair's getting damaged from this ocean breeze.
Hey, Menno.
What is it?
Do you know why I was able to sleep so well? I think it's because I feel safe whenever I get the chance to be by your side.
I'm sure she does. The fact that Akari always revives next to me is likely because of that trust she feels. But in using her pure concept, she's gone yet another step closer to letting her power get out of control. I'm sure it'll be okay.
What should be okay?
I mean this.
Hey, that's rude!
I noticed in the bath that you're getting bigger. But I think you'll be just fine.
Hey, what do you mean by just fine?
Someone's in a good mood. Come this way. Go ahead. Oh, this work has got me pretty hungry. Let's see, I wonder what I have to eat. Actually, perhaps I should get something from the market.
On my journey with Akari, we stopped by the port city of Libelle. Off the coast of the city was a prison of fog known as one of the 4 major human errors, the Pandemonium. I decided to trap Akari within the Pandemonium in an attempt to dispose of her. However, she was able to use her pure concept of time to return as if nothing had happened. Pretty! Please sit down and don't stick yourself outside of the boat. A long time ago, I almost drowned because I did something like that.
Huh? So you fell in the ocean? That's so scary.
It actually happened in this city, back when I was a child.
Here in Libelle? You never told me that. But I'm sure you still looked cute even when you were drowning.
Give me a break.
Tell me more.
This was where I found out that Master Flare was an executioner who killed other worlders. I don't recall much. It happened a very long time ago.
I found you, Fleurette.
Look at this place!
It's a pretty popular spot for both tourists and locals. So it tends to be one of the most crowded places in the city.
Wow! They have so much variety! What are these things?
Etheric tools.
I see.
They're items that are made to channel magecraft. These were probably unearthed from an ancient ruin and brought here. There's also a handful of towns near the wild frontier, and they tend to have...
Where'd you... Thank you so much!
Huh? At least let me finish before wandering off.
Hey, try this! It looks yummy! Try this! Oh, wow! What was that?
Watermelon.
Wait, watermelon? It looks pretty different from the watermelon I'm used to back in my world. But yeah, they both definitely seem to have a similar flavor.
Oh yeah? What does the watermelon in your world look like?
Let's see.
That man.
Well, it's usually red.
He looks like any other person here.
They also have a
But
bunch
it's
of
obvious
seeds
he's keeping an eye on
not
us.
Too much. You could also get them without seeds, but I'm not entirely sure how that works.
What's going on, Meadow? Everyone, please calm down and get low to the ground. They just had to start something here, didn't they? Akari, hold on to this.
Hey, wait a second! What do I do with this?
Stop right there.
I'd say you live up to the name of Fleurette, but it seems you forgot something important here.
Sorry, Menno. He snuck up on me.
You're a member of the 4th, aren't you? This is an awfully aggressive welcome. What do you want?
We want to eliminate you, of course, Fleurette.
Okay, so they're not after Akari. So, how do you know who I am?
A little bird told us you were the one who took out some of our comrades, who were just enjoying a nice train ride. So we thought it couldn't hurt to keep an eye on you.
Nice train ride? You mean those hijackers back in Grisarica? They were also members of the 4th? Makes sense now that you mention it. They also used amateur-level tactics.
You little brat. You don't seem to get the situation here.
Well, actually, I think you don't get it. That little idiot is just a decoy.
What?
You bitch!
There. That takes takes care of that.
Amazing as always, Minnow. Here.
Hey! Where are those troublemakers?
Looks like the knights finally decided to show.
Well, that was quite a surprise. He did say he would attack her, but I never thought he'd do it right after the meeting. So that's Fleurette. I believe the other girl called her Minnow? Beautiful and strong. It hardly seems fair. Oh, can I have this, please? I get the feeling those two won't be able to keep quiet for very long. Well, he is the one who insulted my mother, so I won't feel too bad about this.
Hey, what's wrong?
So then, where are we off to now?
Well, I'm needed back at the church later this evening, but we could probably...
What was that sound?
Just stay right there! What's going on over here?
They suddenly turned into monsters.
They're monsters?
Delicious.
You may enter.
Excuse me.
You must be Miss Minnow.
Yes, Pastor Cecilia. It's an honor to meet you.
Spare the compliments. I was told you made a big show of fighting in the marketplace earlier this afternoon.
Yes.
I can't say I'm happy to hear that, considering you're an executioner with an otherworlder following you around.
The situation was unavoidable. And afterwards, I came across something deeply concerning.
Oh? Well, aside from that, I'd like us to have a discussion about this in particular. This is your approval for travel funds, but it doesn't seem to specify the most important detail of all. That is, how you intend to dispose of that girl.
Well,
You're not actually planning on taking her to the sanctuary, are you? We both know there's no such place that takes them in.
I'm still in the process of finding an effective way to kill her. You have my word on this. It will get done.
So you want us to continue funding your expensive journey simply because you gave us your word? You can't possibly think that would be enough. How about this? Perhaps if I were to compensate you to perform a certain job for us, I could find the funding that you need.
I see. They must want me to investigate something like in Garm. What type of job did you have in mind for me?
A drug called Monstrine.
Yeah, I suppose because it has monstrous effects. It's made to induce a strong sense of euphoria, and dealers are pushing it all around town. They gave me a sample.
Wait, this etheric reaction. This is Sin Magecraft, isn't it?
Exactly. And as you know, Sin Magecraft often involves utilizing humans, using their physical body, their spirit, or even their soul for material, which means...
There are people being sacrificed in order to make this drug. How utterly despicable.
Right. But what's really odd about it is that there are very few people who have gone missing in the city based on what I've been told.
Maybe the people they're using don't get reported as missing.
That's not the only odd thing, though. Earlier today, I was attacked by a couple of members of the Fourth.
What? You can't be serious.
Also, when they were captured, they became monsters. According to Pastor Cecilia, it could have something to do with that monstrine drug.
What? Why turn their own?
In any case, we're going to have to investigate, if we want any travel funds. Is there any chance you could look into the supply chain for me?
Of course. If it'll make things that much easier on you, I'm more than willing to do anything. But it still pisses me off that little Miss Tit-for-Tat is hanging around.
Thank you, Momo.
Oh, more, yes, give me all
While you're busy looking into that, I'll be doing my best to investigate things from a different angle, okay?
What's happening? I can't see anything at all!
It can't be serious.
Oh, here we go. Splash! Well, good morning, sleepyhead. I see you've escaped my grasp.
Akari, were you planning to smother me to death with your body weight?
Rude? You were just taking so long to get up, so I thought I'd have a little fun trying to wake you.
I'm sure there were better ways you could have gone about that.
I got so carried away with my love for you, I couldn't help myself. Ah! Ow! Why were you sleeping for so long anyway? That's not usual for you.
I guess that's true.
Is it because that pastor wanted you at the church so late yesterday? Wait a minute, don't tell me the two of you were doing something scandalous. Ow!
The figurehead of the Fourth in this city, Manon Liebel. I need to investigate anything she may have involvement in. But how?
Lady Manan, you're the one who insisted we distribute that monstrine!
That's right. I believe that I am.
Monstering causes euphoria and is highly addictive to anyone who takes it. That's what you said when you brought that etheric tool for producing it.
You are correct. The drug being distributed has been adjusted to have that effect.
You introduced it to us not only as a way to fund our activities, but also as a method of staving off the Faust using addicts as hostages. And as a final resort, turning them into monsters to use as weapons if needed. Is that not correct?
Indeed it is.
Then would you mind telling us why Kaiser was turned into a monster? He was a member of this council.
Kaiser? Ah! You mean the man from yesterday? That's an easy one to explain. Those sandwiches I served at the meeting happened to be laced with monstrine.
What did you say? How could you?
You can't get away with this.
I can't believe
Just who do you think you are?
Now then, are there any other complaints?
You can't possibly think we'll follow someone who failed to inherit her mother's power, so why do this?
It's actually quite simple. I've been asked to spread the drug by a certain individual, in exchange for their assistance with my plans to carry out my revenge.
Revenge?
On Fleurette, the apprentice to Flare who killed my mother. Once I knew she was coming, I thought it would be courteous to give her a proper welcome using our new friends. Wouldn't you all agree? I have many plans for the upcoming days, and I ask that you cooperate wholeheartedly.
Hey! Cut that out! What the hell did we ever do to you?
Like I said, just tell me everything you little street rats know. A couple of lowlifes hanging out in dark alleys. Sounds like the types who use monsters.
What? We've got nothing to do with that!
Yeah, our leader told us that it's bad news, so we never touched it!
Huh? A delinquent leader with morals? There's something you don't see every day. Wonder who it is.
Over here!
I know, calm down.
Wait, that voice.
Hey, I don't know who you are, but you better think twice and back off those... Well, it must be fate.
To think we find ourselves meeting once again.
Time to die, you pain in the ass!
I must say, I'm so glad we finally get the chance to chat like this moment.
Once my initial surprise attack failed, I knew prolonging the fight would only serve to please you more, you battle-hungry princess.
I'm flattered that you come to know me so well after our time together.
Why couldn't you just lay down and die in those stupid ruins?
Oh, yes. Those gargoyles were indeed quite a challenge to overcome. Enemies based on original sin can be troublesome. I'm especially poorly matched against demons.
That's because your only strategy is brute force. However, gargoyles are nothing more than just stone statues with demons infused in them. So they're actually a lot closer to monsters than demons.
Is that so?
They're inanimate objects that had their composition changed by taking in demons. Similarly, monsters are just creatures that have been mutated by taking in original sin.
Wow. I never actually thought about what monsters technically were.
Of course someone like you wouldn't. Well, until Sin Magecraft first appeared about 1,000 years ago, creatures, demons, and monsters didn't exist in our world.
What happened 1,000 years ago?
Wow, they really didn't teach you anything in that castle. You are familiar with the Pandemonium, aren't you? The one on the edge of the city?
Yes, it's the prison of fog that seals one of the 4 major human errors.
The thing is, that human error was originally a very young girl who came here from another world. With her pure concept, the girl's fantasies materialized into demons, and the blood and flesh that fell from her became monsters. What we call Sin Magecraft is actually an imitation of that girl's pure concept of chaos. Which means The thing sealed within the pandemonium is in fact the very source of all the monsters and demons that terrorize our world.
I understand now.
Hey, man, I think you're bleeding.
So what about you? What are you doing playing boss to those delinquents over there?
They're actually quite honest boys. And what exactly were you doing picking on them?
I was just trying to dig up more info on Monstrine. Which, by the way, I hear you were telling them to keep their distance from that stuff?
Indeed. I happened to see someone from the 4th trying to deal it to them. I didn't want them to get involved in mess like that.
How nice of you. I guess you aren't famous for going around righting wrongs for nothing, Princess Justice.
You couldn't bear to put up with it either, though. Am I wrong? Is that not the reason you were investigating? I could share some information I have if you'd like. I already have a strong lead as to where this drug is being produced.
I can find that out myself, thank you very much.
You don't wish to be in my debt, is that it? Then what if we strike a deal instead? I'll hand over any information I have if you'll compete with me to see whose infiltration gets better results.
Huh?
Well, you see, I'm planning on investigating things a little bit further myself. Mana Libelle is the prime suspect behind Monstrine, and this is the invitation to a ball she's hosting tomorrow evening.
Well, good luck with that, but you aren't really the type of person I'd consider cut out for infiltrating anything.
On the contrary, I believe I'm more than capable to pull it off. I have full confidence in my ability to sniff out a target's weaknesses.
Well, fine, go ahead and try, but I bet I'd still do better.
So does that mean you'll compete with me? Why don't we meet here tomorrow at midnight? Then we can find out who is truly better.
So, anyway, that annoying princess is still alive.
But it's weird that she became the boss of some delinquents. Anyway, it's pretty impressive she was able to find out where the drug is being produced.
I think she just has too much free time. But forget her. Have you heard anything on Mana Libelle's evening ball?
Yeah, I've been informed of that already. Pastor Cecilia told me about the event and arranged an invitation for me to attend. But if Princess Ashuna will be there, I'll have to be careful. I'll be accompanying the pastor wearing standard priestess robes, so I shouldn't stand—
What? No! Let me design your dress!
But why?
You'll be walking in enemy territory. They'll be looking for a priestess, so why bother dressing like one and take the risk of being caught? And more importantly, it's mandatory that I design it for you.
But it's tomorrow evening. Do you really think you'll have enough time?
Yep, one night's more than enough.
I guess.
That settles it. Okay, I'll get started. There's no time to waste.
Oh well. She's pretty stubborn when she sets her mind on something. Although, she's not the only stubborn one.
I want to go too! It's not fair that only you get to go to the castle and I don't! I want to go, I want to go, I want to go!
It's not about fairness. I'm only going for business.
And what if I get abducted or even murdered while you're gone, huh?
That won't happen. But I'd be sure to pray to the Lord and hope he guides your soul to the heavens.
No! How could you say that?
It's not like you have anything worth wearing to a ball anyway.
I could just wear my school uniform. Come on, let me go, let me go, let me go.
Think about it. You know it'll only draw more attention to us.
Alrighty. I wonder where my darling Minnow could be. Huh? Well, there's Pastor Cecilia, which means the girl next to her must be... Oh, there she is! Oh, she's so lovely. I just can't help myself when she's dressed up all pretty like that.
I appreciate you accommodating me like this, considering how late I asked.
It's no bother at all. Perhaps it's better that you aren't recognized as a priestess. What you choose to wear is up to you.
No, that's not what I meant.
No way! What is that useless pair of sandbags doing there? How do I look? You might even say I'm a pure, just, and powerful priestess.
That's what I was talking about. I meant to say thanks for going out of your way to get her an invitation as well.
I must say I am a little concerned. However, she's your responsibility. Well?
Hey! Don't go walking off without me!
Why does that stupid cow get to see my Minnow in the dress I made up close when I only get to admire her from afar? This is so not fair! I guess I'll have to channel this rage into destroying the place where they make that stupid monstrine.
Thank you so much for coming, everyone. I do hope that you will all enjoy this evening. I have prepared a bountiful feast for you to partake in as well.
Mana Libelle. The Fourth is a group that believes they are a separate fourth class of society and uses terrorism in order to achieve their goals. They've recently been behind an attempt to spread a sketchy drug called monstrine throughout the city of Libelle. Under the orders of Pastor Cecilia, the head of the church here, Momo and I started to investigate the drug. Momo happened to run into Princess Ashuna, who shared information she found on monstrine's production source. Meanwhile, on my end, I set out to investigate the Fourth's representative in this city, Manon Libelle. I was able to acquire an invitation to a ball she is hosting. But somehow, I ended up having to bring this idiot with me.
Good evening! Nice to meet you. I'm a pure, just, and powerful priestess. You having fun? Just thought I'd come by to give you both some blessings. You know, since I am a priestess.
Akari, didn't I tell you to blend in and not to stand out too much?
What? But I'm blending in perfectly. It's weird to just stand around and not talk to anybody at a party, so I'm trying to socialize.
Socialize? Look, even if someone does happen to talk to you, don't wander off with them, okay? Also, don't even think about consuming any of the food or drinks they're serving. There's no telling what suspicious drugs they might be laced with.
I know. You warned me all about that 100 times. I mean, seriously, do you think I'm a gullible little child or something?
Yeah, well, you do seem to have the intelligence of a child, so there's that.
Hey, that's not true at all. I just talked to a couple of elegant ladies and they said, "You're exuberant. Thank you very much." So yeah, I'd say I'm quite proper.
I'm not so sure they meant it in the way that you seem to be taking it. Anyway, I can't spend all my time here worrying about Akari. I'll be back. There's somewhere I need to go.
What? Really? You're leaving me on my own?
I thought you were a proper lady, so no whining. Just be a good girl and wait right here, okay? No moon tonight. I guess that means there's no divine protection from Saint Marta.
Hey, stop right there. Did you not hear me? What's a priestess like you doing here, Eddie?
For a place where they supposedly make monstrine, they sure have some lackluster guards, don't they? Alrighty, let's finish this so I can get back to enjoying that view of Minnow in that beautiful dress. Okay.
I need to find some kind of proof that'll connect Manon Libelle and the Fourth to the production of monstrine.
Well, you have a rather bold way of concealing yourself. Instead of sneaking around and hiding, you keep yourself inconspicuous while walking around in plain sight. In fact, you were pulling it off so naturally I barely noticed myself. Who would have thought there would be someone else attempting to infiltrate the castle during the ball? Apparently, Manon Libelle has plenty of enemies. I'm a princess of Grisarica, and a knight in my own right. Ashna Grisarica. And who might you be?
One of my maids neglected her duties in order to meet with her lover. I'm simply out here to look for and admonish her.
Pretending to be the daughter of an aristocrat, huh? No lady of the noblest would be so trained in the art of stealth.
If that's so, wouldn't that mean your highness couldn't be a lady of the noblesse either? Considering you've detected me.
That would be a result of my training as a knight. Strength must always take priority over grace. And I sense you may be of a similar ilk. Why not turn around and show me your face?
Well, if you insist.
So, you're too shy to show me?
I simply know my place here. I beseech you to turn a blind eye.
My apologies. I can't help but want to slay anyone suspicious. Besides, by the way you carry yourself, you're obviously a skilled fighter. And I prefer to scrutinize how strong a person is with my own eyes.
So you're saying you'd like to fight me, your highness?
You're certainly quick on the uptake. I like it.
I suppose I have no choice then.
Etheric guns. I believe these are supposed to be illegal, aren't they? The terrorists on the train had them as well, so I'm curious as to where you're getting them. watching, weren't you? A bullet with a paltry amount of ether such as yours would simply ricochet off my barrier back to you. Anyway, would you kindly show me where your transaction records are? And also tell me about the tool used to make Monstrine. I'd like to have a record of it in my scripture. And if you even think about lying to me, I'm sure you have a good idea of what I'll do.
What? Don't want to fight? Well, no matter. I'll enjoy this battle either way! That was smart of you. I thought I was quick, but she anticipated it. I must admit, you're pretty good at controlling your ether. Let's see how you handle this! From what I can tell, she appears to be lacking in etheric capacity.
This is no fun all by myself. How long is she gonna take?
There! She's conjuring magecraft? Must be something big. Bubbles? She used the bubbles as a diversion while manipulating her dagger at will. Her etheric control truly is something else. You're quite the challenge! It's been so long since I fought someone capable of outdoing me as easily as you are. I'm truly honored! I'd like to thank you, but I hope you know I'll do whatever it takes to see the face of such a worthy opponent. I can't compete with her technique, so I'll just win by utilizing my advantage.
What was that? Isn't that where Menno went? She's gonna be just fine, isn't she? It's Menno, after all. Yeah, of course she's okay. Menno!
Well, she got away. To think she was able to elude me this well.
Everyone in the world besides Minnow can just die!
Ah, I see. Could this be who she meant? Looks like I have something else to poke fun at Momo for next time.
Something's wrong. Something's definitely wrong. I'm getting the same weird feeling that I had the other day. I've regressed time over and over again. The only major thing that's ever happened in Libelle was Menno sending me into the pandemonium. But this time, there are so many new things that have never happened before. Getting assaulted in the market, this ball being hosted, that pillar of fire just now. They're all unique to this loop.
Good evening. That pillar of fire was large, wasn't it? Not to worry, though. The ones who caused it both seemed to be pretty rational, so I doubt there was too much damage done. Oh, sorry if I surprised you. I'm Mon and Libelle. It's a pleasure to meet you. I do believe this would be our first time meeting. Would I be correct in that assumption?
This has never happened either. She's never spoken with me before.
Honestly, could that princess be any more of a nuisance? Momo was right. She is a battle-hungry freak. Because of that little scuffle, I'm sure the Fourth must be on high alert right now. I hate to admit it, but I'll have to stop for tonight. I should meet back up with Akari at the castle.
Are you worried about talking to me because of who I am? I should hope not. After all, I'm merely a proxy for my father. It's just that I simply wanted the chance to speak with you.
Me?
I was intrigued by your black hair. It happens to be the same color my mother's was. be more than appreciative of you if you'd be willing to tell me about where you came from.
I can't believe it. She knows I'm an otherworlder who came from Japan.
Would you rather not?
It's not that I have a problem with it. It's just, I don't remember. I mean it. Most of my memories of Japan have disappeared, and I can't seem to recall any of them.
Ah, I see. In that case, that must mean you've used your pure concept quite a bit, haven't you? Nevertheless, I'm still envious. You just so happen to possess that which I want more than anything else. Having the power to change the world to however you see fit. It's truly alluring. Anyway, I'll leave now. I believe I've bothered you more than enough at this point. If you manage to leave here, I hope you'll be free to live as you choose.
Something is definitely wrong. If new events continue to emerge like this, then I won't have the advantage of knowing what will happen in the future anymore. But I absolutely have to save Menno this time. I just have to!
What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Ah!
Oh dear, is she okay?
No, Akari. This is no time to panic. It's possible this could all be a change for the better. Either way, I need to figure out what's causing these big changes. And to do that, I'll have to ask someone who's aware of what's been going on. I need to talk to her again.
Come on, did she seriously run off on her own again? Where did she go?
According to the transaction records, they hadn't started producing Monstrine until about 2 weeks ago. Up until then, Mon and Libelle hadn't been doing anything worth noting, then suddenly showed up with a tool for creating the drug. So what could possibly have happened 2 weeks ago to cause that? Well, this looks familiar. It's definitely a ritual space that must have something to do with original sin, which could only mean that there's a coffin in the center. Wait, that's not a coffin. It's an Iron Maiden, but that's a torture device. Smells like blood. Oh, I get it. This must be the tool they're using to produce the Monstrine. What horrible taste. They were making the drug using a child this young?
Mama. Mama.
She probably won't make it, but... A conditional spell. It doesn't activate when you open the Iron Maiden, but it will when you try to save the child. Even worse, these spikes. Damn it! Those spikes had poison on them. Whoever it was that set that stupid contraption up must be really twisted. I have to tell... No.
She was near Lady Manon? Are you sure about that, ma'am?
Yes, I'm rather certain I saw them speaking to each other. It was that priestess, right?
Yes, however, it didn't appear to be much of a lively conversation.
Do you think it's possible that Lady Manon may have led her away from the balsamware?
I don't believe I saw anything like that. Did you?
No, but once she was alone, she looked distraught and was yelling about not knowing what to do.
That's right.
So she wasn't kidnapped.
Girl, but she was also very
Then what happened?
Wasn't she?
Momo?
Oh, what's this? It appears my trap has been set off. The time has come. The day I'll have my revenge will soon be arriving. Isn't that right, Mother?
Min, no. Please just rest for now, okay? I'm aware of everything that happened to you last night, thanks to the recordings you sent from your scripture.
I'm so sorry, Minho. I screwed up, trying to save that child.
The work you did was wonderful, okay? I couldn't possibly ask for a better assistant. Take your time and rest up. It's fine. I can take over from here.
Okay.
I'll make them pay for this. Those fourth bastards.
The poison they used is a potent one, so she's not doing well. That said, it appears to be spreading at a relatively slow rate, thanks to her ether levels. I believe we can help her.
Thank you. I'm extremely grateful that you were able to find and take care of her so swiftly.
There's no need to be grateful. I'm simply fulfilling my duty as a member of the FOST. Have you found Miss Akari yet?
I've been unable to. It seems most likely that she got curious and wanted to explore the castle, in which case it's possible that she may have gotten lost.
Either that, or the fourth are holding her captive.
Up to this point, they've shown no interest in her at all. But that is still a possibility, of course. As such, Pastor Cecilia, may I ask that you please close off Libelle Castle? Based on Momo's recordings from last night, it's clear beyond any doubt that the Fourth are involved in the production of Monstrine. This would be our best chance to weed out any possible members of the Fourth in this city. I will invade the castle and capture Mon on Libelle as well as any other leading members. And recover Akari, of course. Could I ask you to negotiate for the Order of Knights to cooperate with us on this?
That's surprising. You're actually willing to rely on others, unlike Master Flare.
You were familiar with my master, Pastor Cecilia?
Last I saw her, I believe she called me useless, right to my face. I've actually met you before as well, you know. But, of course, you wouldn't remember that. By the way, Miss Minho, have you really not suspected me this whole time? You don't think it's possible I might have a hand in what's going on?
If I were to say that I never suspected you, I'd be lying. Especially after what happened in Garm with the Archbishop. However, based on your actions, I've come to the conclusion that you are someone I can really trust. Pastor Cecilia, please give me the help that I need.
Very well. I shall negotiate with the Order of Knights.
As of noon today, Libelle Island has been sequestered by the city. All members of the Fourth on the island shall be arrested for the production and distribution of Monstrine. Any who wish to plead guilty must surrender immediately. I repeat. As of noon today, Libelle Island has been sequestered by the city. All members of the Fourth on the island shall be arrested.
Damn it! Who thought they would be so quick to act on us? What now?
Calm yourself down. They haven't gotten their hands on us just yet.
This is unfortunate. Well, I suppose I should go make sure those other fools don't say anything they might regret. Huh? That's weird. Did somebody touch this? Sorry to keep you all waiting. Let us discuss how to counter. Oh? Oh my! I had no idea you could pull off something this amazing. I understand now. You must be the person who snuck into my room and moved my picture.
That's correct. It's good to see you again, Manin. I was hoping to ask you a few questions. Is that okay?
Of course, welcome, Miss Akari.
My attempt to infiltrate Libelle Castle failed due to an unexpected encounter with Her Highness, Princess Ashuna. And during our battle, Akari had disappeared. Meanwhile, Momo was able to uncover proof that Mon on Libelle was involved in the production of Monstrine. But she unfortunately fell into an enemy trap that left her critically injured. Given the information Momo found for us, the Knights have taken action to sequester Libelle Island. The time has come to confront Mon on Libelle.
At that point in time, I was in my true state that Menno doesn't know about, face to face with Miss Manin. I have to figure it out. I have to know the reason why so many things that never occurred in my past regressions are happening now. Aren't you scared?
Why, because you've suspended these people in time? Well, no, I don't believe I am. More importantly, though, didn't you just say there was something you want to ask me? So, go ahead. What is it that's so important for you to know that you'd leave Minno's protection to find out?
Last night, I snuck into your room to investigate, but I couldn't find any answers from that. How is it you know about me and my abilities?
Because someone told me. They said you've made the world regress in time. I believe you've done it multiple times, haven't you?
And who told you that?
Pandemonium.
Manon Libelle. She may be more trouble than I first expected. Pandemonium told you? You mean that giant fog?
Yes, that confinement of fog that's lasted 1,000 years. But what would you say if I told you I had dispelled it?
What? I'd say that's impossible.
Yes, indeed. It's certainly not the kind of thing someone like me would be capable of doing.
Look, I didn't come here to answer riddles, okay? I have regressed countless times, but nothing that's been going on has ever happened in Libelle before. You've changed something, haven't you? In order to get revenge for your mother.
Revenge for my mother? Why is that?
I overheard these people talking about it. They said everything that's going on only happened because you wanted vengeance.
Oh, I see. It appears there's been some kind of misunderstanding. Allow me to clarify things a bit. First of all, I should mention, my mother was also a lost one.
What? She was like me?
Yes, but unlike you, she wasn't summoned to this world by anyone. She was guided here by the stars, a lost one in the truest sense of the word. I've been told the members of the Fourth in this city were more than overjoyed at the time. They managed to secure someone with a pure concept outside of the Fost's knowledge. As the representative of the Fourth, my father, Count Libelle, married the lost one in order to keep her by his side and make use of her power. However, my father never forced my mother to utilize her ability, not even once. Because at some point, he found he had truly fallen in love with her. I'm sure you're aware of this. But the more a lost one uses their power, the more they lose their memories. My father was afraid of that happening to her. That my mother would forget all the time they shared together. It's a truly beautiful story. However, such stories always seem to conclude with a cruel and unforgiving end.
Manon. I thought you should know that you actually have an older sister. She's a bright and active young girl who's full of energy.
I'd try to hold that in if I were you. If you invoke that power, your child will die along with you.
Roughly 10 years ago, an executioner named Flair came to Libelle and killed my mother.
Is that why you want revenge? Because Menno happens to be the apprentice of the woman who killed your mom?
Oh, no. As much as I loved my mother, I fully understand the Church's position on otherworlders and the dangers of their pure concepts. They had every reason to kill her. If I want any revenge, it would be against these people.
Huh?
The Fourth wanted to use my mother's abilities, but my father convinced them that I would inherit my mother's power once I was born, so that he could avoid having to force her to use it. But I turned out to be just an ordinary person. I was unable to inherit my mother's pure concept. I was told time and time again that I was a letdown and I was completely worthless. So of course that twisted my personality and made me desire to become taboo just like my mother. to become exactly what they wanted.
There's no point in trying to use that. Anyone suspended with my power is shielded from external forces, so they won't—
I wanted to live up to those fools' expectations. In order to prove just how idiotic those expectations were all along. I'm in a bit of a rebellious phase, as you can see.
I think I understand. Of course. The you in this instance of time must have found some way to achieve that. And so that must be why the events in Libelle have changed so drastically.
I was powerless as my ordinary self. Which is exactly why I must now become taboo. I thought so. It seems this power is stronger than yours.
How? That's right. There was one exception. One thing my magecraft failed to stop. That white globule I saw in Garm's ceremonial hall. Could her power really be on par with that?
It seems you're out of time.
Menno!
Menno, what you saw back there, that wasn't really... Please don't think it was weird. I was only trying to...
What do I do now? She must have seen me talking in my true state.
I'm sorry. Huh? It was my fault for letting you out of my sight. I do have a bunch of questions to ask, but that can wait for now.
Okay.
Hurry and get off this island. There are some knights around here, so have them escort you to Pastor Cecilia. Understand?
What are you going to do?
Apprehend Manon Libelle.
My, how nice of you to go out of your way to see me. I would like to bid you welcome, Miss Minnow.
Manon Libelle, you've transgressed far into the realm of taboo. And for that I must execute you.
Oh, you don't know how lovely that is to hear. You saying that means I finally achieved what I've always wanted. As of this moment, I've become free and independent. I'm completely unrestrained. And I will rebel against this world. With this new power that I willed, I now embody the Fourth who seek to liberate the world in the name of freedom and independence. I have now finally become what the Fourth was always meant to be! Please wait! I beg you, please kill me! Just like you killed my mother!
What? And what reason could I possibly have to kill a little brat like you?
I'm the child of a lost one, so that has to mean that I have some of her power.
You don't. A lost one's pure concept is connected to the soul. And unlike the body, a soul isn't genetic. It's not something that passes down. It belongs solely to the individual who's born with it. In short, you're not taboo like her.
Now I am taboo. Come, Miss Minnow. Let us fight to our heart's content.
I can't believe she stood me up. But knowing Momo, she must have a good reason for leaving me all alone like this.
Princess Ashina!
Didn't I say not to bother me? This had better be a real emergency.
Some of the Fourth have turned themselves in, and one of them was even a leader.
Is it Manon Libelle?
No, it isn't her. It's an elderly man.
get enough of those burning red eyes. Oh.
It's over.
Would you look at that?
I win.
Well, that's as far as I go. Although, it was so much better than continuing to do nothing with my ordinary life. This truly has been fun, Miss Minnow.
I don't find any of this fun.
I see. You don't like killing people after all, do you? In our lives, we're each given a role. Isn't that just reprehensible? That's the reason. When trying to break free from a role they feel they are restrained with, the people of this world make the choice to turn to things that are taboo.
So then, are you trying to say that justifies your actions up to this point?
Of course not. All I'm saying is that you're allowed to change your role if you wanted to, Miss Minnow.
What?
Just like anyone else, you have the right to rebel against the world. If you wished it of her, I'm sure even Miss Akari would be happy to use her powers for you.
Don't ever say that!
You're surprisingly transparent. She did say countless times, though, didn't she? Perhaps it's actually you who should be helping her to change.
What are you talking about? Tell me what you know.
Oh, I don't believe it's my place to share another girl's secrets. I must say, if you think I'm the one to worry about, you're sorely mistaken. You can come out now. Let me be the final sacrifice. I now humbly offer my life unto you. There's nothing you could have done to prevent this. Nothing at all. Everything you're seeing was already set in motion long before you arrived. The only reason I was able to produce Monstrine was thanks to this girl. I wish you the best of luck, Miss Minnow. Unlike my weak self, she'll be much more of a challenge.
I'm glad to see you're safe, Miss Akari.
I'm sorry to have worried you.
It's fine. We'll give you shelter at the church, so please follow me this way.
All right.
The sky is so big and blue! It's such nice weather we're having! I'm sure it's going to be a lovely day! You think so too, don't you? You worked so hard! As thanks for getting those sacrifices for me, you deserve some rest! Hello, I didn't see you there! Meeting new people is one of my favorite things in the whole wide world!
She's using her own death as the sacrifice required to summon herself? If so, then similar to Akari, she can't be killed.
I guess you must be a priestess, huh? Is that girl with the cherry blossom hair okay? I hope she's alright and didn't succumb to the poison!
So, would I be mistaken in assuming you're a demon summoned by Lady Manon?
A demon? Don't be silly, I'm a human, from the top of my head to the tips of my toes!
I see. While you may technically be considered a human, there's no doubt such a vile conjuring was the result of a pure concept. One from an entity that grew from that of a mere lost one, into something much worse. A human error.
Must I repeat myself again? All of us were forced into doing Manon Libelle's bidding. So we are the true victims here.
Really? You were forced, huh?
It's the truth. That girl even went so far as to lace our council's food with Monstrine.
With Monstrine?
A human error. The remnants of what was once a lost one. An unimaginable monster.
Huh? Hey now! I'm not a monster! Anyway, I practiced a whole bunch while I was inside that girl and finally learned how to talk again. So I want to chat with you some more. I love singing and dancing and watching movies more than anything. What
I don't have time for that, because I'm too busy carrying out my duty to kill entities like you.
Huh? Entities? Like me, you said?
Yes, exactly. I'll destroy your pure concept, because doing so is my purpose in life.
Mama! So you're gonna try to destroy my pure concept? Wow, so cool! Well, I suppose it is true that I'm super weak, and I can be killed really easily. But still, you can't do it. I mean, not even the Ivory Hero was strong enough to destroy me.
Ivory Hero?
Ma? You don't know? It was so amazing! The strongest, bestest, most greatest pure concept ever in history! A hero who was somehow forced into using their power to protect this stupid world. But no one remembers them at all, even though they did so much to defend and protect. That just reminded me of why I absolutely hate every single one of you.
You can hate us all you want.
I haven't met someone like you in a long time. Thanks for coming, everyone! On this wonderfully beautiful day, I encourage you to beat, crush, and mash me up however your heart desires. There is more than enough of me for everyone, so don't hold back for even a second. What you're about to witness will be the B-movie screening of a lifetime! The entertainment of gods and demons determined by dice! Demons, monsters, dark lords, mysterious wonders both divine and demonic! The dice are governed by chance, so there's no telling what will happen next!
I'm sensing a conjuring. It's so massive and twisted. Sacrificed because of the monstrine?
Fear, excitement, and thrills! The defining example of a triple threat! The singing, dancing, embodiment of the panic-filled genre! That would be me, the one and only Pandemonium. Now, let's have the most riveting, enthralling, fun fight to the death of all time! Shall we?
The one and only Pandemonium.
Pandemonium? The same name as the Prison of Fog.
I was actually the first one to have that name, way before everyone started calling the Fog that. The prison was created by the Ivory One. I had nothing to do with it, so try not to get that mixed up too much.
So, are you telling me that you're simply the pure concept of chaos?
Yup, exactly! Now, why don't we get this movie started? Wow! For some reason I'm sensing a bit of the Ivory One in you. How weird.
First things first, I have to close that gate to the dimension of original sin!
Ah, so cool! Mama, oh no! You were able to capture me so easily. Out of the 4 major human errors, I guess I really am the weakest one. But I also happen to be the worst of the group. Little Pandemonium.
An illusion? No, I'm sensing that they're both real.
Oh no! I can't believe I got tripped up so easily! Now how could I be so useless? Sorry, looks like I'm just too weak. Well, I knew that. I mean, I am me too after all. There! Great work on the warm-up match! You're really good.
I know we haven't met in this instance of time, but I just wanted to say that I absolutely hate you, Momo. You were always trying to keep Menno all to yourself. But still... Hang in there. Don't die, okay?
You truly live up to your name as a source of original sin. I'm starting to understand why you used Mon Libelle in order to spread the monstrine. Considering the drug was made from your blood, you'd be making people ingest a part of you, infesting their bodies in order to use them as sacrifices for your resurrection.
Well, you got about half of it correct. This wasn't just about resurrecting myself. I also wanted to try doing a movie.
Doing a movie?
Like I said, I really love watching movies. However, there aren't any movies that exist in this world, and I couldn't let that continue, so I'm gonna make my own! And you'd be perfect as the heroine of my little horror flick. All you need to do is run, while I, the bad monster, chase you.
That makes no sense. What could you possibly gain from all that?
I don't gain anything. That isn't the point here at all. It's just, I love watching humans try their absolute best, whether they live or die. What's important is the process. Watching someone trying so hard to win, but they still die. It's the funniest thing ever!
That's terrible!
I mean, that's exactly what B-movies are all about. A sudden calamity happens, and there are tons of victims. In some movies, the monster wins, the heroine dies, and sometimes humanity even goes extinct. But I feel like that's more realistic. After all, in the real world, we can't always have a happy ending, can we? And action! If you think you can beat me, go ahead and try! I can't wait to see what you plan to do to me next! Let's go!
What in the world happened to him?
It appears he's been used as a sacrifice. This must have something to do with that twisted conjuring I sensed earlier.
We've received multiple reports of people melting all around the city of Libelle!
It's gotta be the people who have been taking monstrine. Try to find out how many there were.
Yes!
What is going on over there?
impressive, but you don't have much capacity for ether. You've almost used it all up.
So is that thing what caused 100 people to start melting away?
Wait, aren't you?
So that's how it is. Trying to act as if we haven't met already. Alright, I'll play along. I am Princess Ashna Grisarika. What exactly are you fighting against here?
One of the 4 major human errors. That's pandemonium.
I see.
That aside, did you just say something about 100 people melting away?
Indeed. Although it's possible there are some we didn't account for.
If that really is the case, then this thing might have 100 lives.
In which case, we just have to kill it 100 times. Sounds simple enough?
Actually, wait! I think there may be a way to take it out completely in one blow. If you'd be willing to help me, that is.
Mama, what's this? We have a new guest. I would love to shake your hand, but as you can see, that might be difficult.
That's her? I see. She certainly seems to be a lot of trouble. So, are you absolutely certain you can pull it off?
Yes. No doubt about it.
Okay. Then go ahead and prove it. Ordinarily, humans cannot use power that goes beyond their etheric capacity. However, she connected the earthen and heavenly veins. Such impressive etheric control.
Ma! That's really impressive! It seems you're just a bit more like the ivory one than I thought! Oh wow! I can't believe you conjured a pseudo-church! Looks like the heroine is victorious!
Did that work?
Yes, I connected the ether of the earthen vein to the heavenly vein in an endless cycle, so this binding force is practically permanent. Honestly, it really helped that there were so few sacrifices. I wouldn't have managed without your highness's help. I truly appreciate it.
Don't mention it. It was my pleasure to witness that. Some truly amazing magecraft. Anyway, is Momo doing alright?
Huh?
I was actually supposed to meet with her last night, to compare our findings on the monstrine, but she never showed up.
Momo was poisoned during her investigation.
What? So, how is she?
I can't say that she's doing well, but I'm sure she'll be able to live. For now, she's resting at the church.
I have to help!
No. You're not allowed to go. If you join them, it would ruin the fun. I want you to stay and play with me.
Who are you?
Thanks a lot for your help, Princess Ashuna.
No thanks needed. Just focus on saving as much ether as you can. We're definitely going to need it. Especially if we plan on taking down something that big.
Yoo-hoo! What do you think? Isn't she adorable? She's one of my favorites.
She's definitely one of the major human errors.
Yeah, truly a huge monstrosity.
Who are you calling a huge one.
What are you?
I guess I should introduce myself.
She stopped. Is she...
Are you starting to figure it out yet? I happen to be one of the 4 major human errors. I'm the pure concept of chaos.
Why are you stopping me?
Because if you go out there, the movie will become entirely different from what I planned. I can't just let you ruin things. Just so you know, this one's incredibly strong. Because she became a cannibal to fortify herself during a long time in the fog.
Cannibal?
Yeah. So this one is a bit different from the others you fought. So, are you two ready?
Tell me, if I'm able to defeat you in here, will that monster disappear as well?
Mama! You think you could defeat me? I know that I may be pretty weak, but I'm sure you're even weaker. Don't get overconfident, silly girl. I'd be happy to play with you some more. You see it now, don't you? There's no way you can match up to someone like me. And when it comes to movies, a one-sided fight like that is too boring.
Then what did you come to me for?
Let's see. What if I had told you that I wanted to talk to someone from my homeland about something nostalgic from Japan?
That can't be. I thought you were a major human error. You must have used your pure concept so many times, you couldn't possibly have any memories of Japan.
I'm impressed you know that. Every time you use your pure concept, it slowly erodes your soul. But I still want to hear all about it, though. About all the things you remember. Tell me your precious memories from back home in Japan.
I won't!
Huh?
I want nothing to do with my old world. I've already forgotten a lot. But what I do remember is the feeling that the world was completely rotten. How could that world be worth anything?
But it is! You're looking at it wrong. The whole world doesn't exist simply for your sake, you know? We all exist for the sake of the world! Anyway, I guess all of that stuff doesn't really matter. If I'm being completely honest with you, the real reason I came here is so I can give you my thanks.
Your thanks?
Yup! Because the fact I was able to escape was all thanks to little old you!
All thanks to me?
I suppose we should start slicing up this tentacle.
No, wait! Hold on a second. There's no need to do that.
What? And why is that?
We may not have to do anything to it. Look, it's over there. It would appear the monster is still contained within the prison of fog. I imagine it's only been summoned temporarily.
I'm surprised you figured it out so fast. You're right. I can't bring her out completely just yet. And now the fog has found me, too.
So tell me, you aren't the real Pandemonium, are you?
Did I say something that gave it away?
Aside from that massive one, the monsters you've summoned haven't been particularly strong. And just look at the state of your precious minion over there. If a monster as powerful as that is still trapped in the fog, there's no way you could have escaped it yourself. So the you in front of me is just a small portion.
Right! I'm nothing more than a tiny finger puppet. I somehow managed to squeeze my pinky finger out through a tiny gap in the fog when it got warped and gave it a human form.
A gap? What could have caused something like that in the prison of fog?
I can't tell you that. Although, why not ask Miss Priestess? I'm sure she might have some kind of idea why.
Does she mean this has to do with Akari?
I should probably explain. You know how you started turning back time in this world over and over? Well, I heard it all in the fog. The sound of you regressing time and making the world bend under the stress? All of that warped the fog, too, and it made a small gap. So I was able to get a pinky out.
Are you saying...
Yeah, now you're getting it! Everything that's happening in this city is because of you! I wish you would warp it even more. That way all of me can escape, which would be a better movie! But I guess that isn't possible. After all, you've lost way too many of your memories. If you want to keep yourself intact, you're at the point where you need to refrain from using your pure concept at all. Besides all that, you've forgotten so much. That your personality has changed from back in Japan, right?
Yeah, so what? I couldn't care less.
Huh?
My best friend is in this world, and I'd risk my life for her. She's more precious to me than anything. I don't care if I lose all my memories, so long as I can remember her.
Mom?
So get out of my way! The only thing I care about is being killed by Menno. I won't become like you. I won't become a human error.
Wow! You don't mind getting killed by her? How beautiful! I feel sorry for you. You don't even realize you've hit a dead end in getting the thing you want most. You really believe you can change the outcome?
I can! Why couldn't I? That's what this power is for!
You're wrong. You'll never be able to succeed. Compared to the people who can connect to the Astral Archive, your time regression isn't even a blip on their radar.
Astral Archive?
Yep. The memories of this planet, and power source of all ether. The origin of the Lord written about in the priestess's scriptures. There's no way someone would be able to cheat it. Just so you know, it's no accident that you've been failing over and over till now. Someone's been using their power to make sure you failed.
But who...
I think you already have an idea. Could it possibly be the person who keeps getting in your way? Oh, that's right. Here's something else you'll want to know. There is a way to return to Japan.
So this was all caused by Akari? Of course. That's yet another reason why I have to kill her as soon as possible. But for now, I have to defeat her.
Oh well, looks like the fog is starting to surround me, so I guess this body is done for. It lasted longer than expected. The scene's come to an end, and it's time to move on to the next one! It's the classic ending trope! The big bad uses all of its energy to become enormous! I'm gonna put all of the sacrifices I got in the city to become the biggest terror of all! Now, the time's come for the blood.
Topcast.
Also, here's something you'll want to know. There is a way to return to Japan. Long ago, we major human errors tried to destroy the world. But only for one particular reason. We simply wanted to return to our homeworld. And like I told you, there is a way to go back.
I don't care about any of that! This is the only world where I have Menno! So I don't ever want to go back! Never!
Oh, is that right? That's so romantic. I love to watch your story on the big screen. I can picture that line being said in the trailer. So thrilling. Bye now. I'm not really the type to sit all the way through the credits, so feel free to do whatever it is you want.
No, wait! Isn't it bad etiquette not to stay seated until the lights come up?
Ah, of course. Right. I'm sure I'd have a lot of fun continuing this little chat, but I really must go.
Wait, Menno is...
Now, the time's come to begin the final struggle. Ready? And action!
Look, the fog's growing thicker. It shouldn't be much longer before it captures Pandemonium.
So if we hold out until that happens, we'll be able to beat her. Even so, that thing is a real pain to deal with.
Don't worry, she only has as many lives as the number of people she sacrificed.
We'll keep cutting them down until there's none!
Let's see if you can even do that before losing your own life!
If it's a matter of brute strength, I won't lose!
That was so powerful! Looks like my scattered limbs are heading into town!
I played right into her hands with that.
Go ahead, help the town. I'll deal with this.
I'll take you up on that.
Aw, now it's only one of you! You must have recharged some of your ether when you connected to the earthen vein. Your body is strange.
Not nearly as strange as yours. Even with that recharge, I can't afford to waste any more ether. I'm not sure if I could hold her off until the fog swallows her up. Menno. She'll probably yell at me. But I don't care. I want to protect her.
Look, everyone! The nice lady is going to play with you some more! Aw, come on! Don't you know using the same attack over and over again will bore the audience?
No, my scripture!
This dagger of yours makes you way too strong. It's boring. Let's make you a little more desperate. Whatever will you do now, Miss Priestess? That's more like it! Perfection! Just what I wanted! Keep trying harder! Don't give up now, or else you'll get ripped to Ma?
Wait, that's...
Miss Priestess! Use that! Just know you owe me!
But Princess Ashina!
My fists alone are more than enough to handle things here!
Thank you for allowing me to use this, Your Highness! This sword drains a lot more ether than I thought.
Mama, something tells me you aren't quite suited for that type of weapon.
I won't last much longer.
Is that really all you're able to do? I was sure I'd get a lot more entertainment out of you, but I guess you're just way too ordinary. Time to die! Is that really all you're able to do? I was sure I'd get a lot more entertainment out of you, but I guess you're just... What's this? I thought I told her not to show. How nasty of her.
Menno! Akari! Connect with me, Menno! I want to help you!
Ma! Do you think you're the heroine? Running won't help! Ma...
Looks like I'm running out of time, aren't I?
Why did you come out here? Because I won't just stand by and watch you die.
Huh?
That's why I want you to make use of my ether. Okay, I'll use it and put an end to this. Okay, just promise me you won't lose.
Of course not. You of all people should know by now that I'm a pure, just, and powerful priestess.
Ah, what a beautiful friendship. But too bad. The type of ending I'm looking for is a dark and twisted one! That was a lot easier than I thought! What? That's the limb that swallowed her dagger!
Alright, Akari, here we go. Yeah. I'll give you everything I've got, Menno! I'm happy I got to connect with Menno. But maybe it was a mistake for this version of me to come. Good luck explaining this one, other me.
Akari. Huh? You did great. Pandemonium. It appears you've already run out of sacrificed lives, haven't you? And also, you're unable to use your own body to resurrect yourself like you did before either.
That's right. More than half of my flesh has been separated from the real me. I went for giant size over invulnerability, so I could have the most fun doing this.
What is it you're really after with all of this? Did you want to get revenge on the world for imprisoning you?
Not even close. I was simply enjoying the process. I have no real objective.
I thought that the human errors have lost their memories and personalities. So how can you find entertainment in messing with a world like this?
Well, that's because I'm chaos. The entire reason for my existence is to kill and spread turmoil throughout the planet. In the name of the pure concept attached to this body, I interfere with all that is good. One last thing. I have an interesting piece of information for you. The Sword of Certain Destruction once wielded by Ivory, the Sword of Salt, it has the power to destroy any pure concept, including that girl who controls time. Does that make you feel happy? Or maybe it makes your heart uneasy? That's right. My chaos seeps all the way in and point...
So is it really over this time? Impressive. I can't believe you took her down.
Well, it was all thanks to the sword you lent me. Although, that was merely her pinky.
True. And I'm pretty sure most people have two of those. I highly doubt this is the end of her. Anyway, about her. That girl is another worlder, right? I think I've seen her around. It is possible the reason Pandemonium managed to escape the fog could somehow be related to her. I would very much like to talk to her about many things. Although, I'm rather exhausted at the moment. I believe I can turn a blind eye for today. Give my regards to Momo.
I'm alive?
Morning! I'm so glad to see you're awake!
Wait, have I somehow ended up in hell?
No, it's the real world, silly! How are you feeling?
Honestly, pretty awful. I feel like someone stabbed my head with a dagger and twisted it. And after, I think my body exploded from the inside out. What is all this? It's weird.
Wow, I see! Sounds like the people I used as material must have experienced horrible deaths!
Material? So then are you telling me you brought me back to life just now?
Yup, I just used a couple of bodies that were buried here to reconstruct some of your missing parts. One of the bodies even belonged to an otherworlder, and that made for great magecraft material!
Really? Is that so? Why would she go out of her way to help me?
Manon, I thought you should know that you actually have an older sister. She's a bright and active young girl who's full of energy. She absolutely loved singing and dancing, but the thing she loved more than anything else was movies.
Even when the memories fade and your personality is gone, perhaps something else remains.
What's that about?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. It's just a little something that ended a long time ago.
Oh. Hey, guess what? I want to do another movie, but it's gonna be even bigger this time! And I want you to help me out with it.
Okay. Let's bring even more chaos into this world. You and me together.
I'm impressed, Momo. Even Pastor Cecilia was amazed at how quickly you were able to recover.
It's all because you were so concerned about my well-being, Minnow. Your love is the best medicine I could ever ask for in the whole wide world.
Right. I'm sure that's gotta be the reason. What's wrong?
Well, I wanted to tell you how sorry I am. You had to deal with everything yourself, all because I messed up.
Actually, I'm the one to blame. I was the one who sent you without having enough information, and I'm always relying on you too much.
No, that's not true at all! It was all my fault!
Don't get too worked up. You still have more recovering to do.
Right. So that human heir suggested that you should use the Sword of Salt to kill Akari?
Yes. She said it has the power to destroy any pure concept.
And you believe her?
I don't know. But I can't think of any reason she'd have to lie about it.
Isn't it located in the far west? I think it was close to the sanctuary.
Yes, on the continent of Salt. I went there once a long time ago, with Master. And I'm going to return there. I have no choice. I'll use the Sword of Salt to kill Akari, in order to prevent her from becoming an atrocity even worse than Pandemonium. Momo, I'd like for you to continue following the two of us without revealing yourself. Can you do that?
Of course. I've got it covered.
You have my deepest thanks. Not only for helping tend to Momo, but for the compensation as well.
It's fine. I hate to think how much more damage there might have been without having you around to help. Although, you're leaving me a lot more to handle than I'd prefer.
Yes, I'm sorry about that. But I'm confident you'll bring peace back to the city in no time.
Are you just trying to make up for your master calling me useless?
No, not at all. I truly mean it. Well then, if you'll excuse me.
Miss Menno?
Huh?
There was one last thing I wanted to say before you left. You are different than Master Flare. You should be trying to follow your own path, no matter where that path may lead you.
If there were some way to guarantee Akari would never kill anyone or harm anything, and keep her pure concept under control without having to kill her, what would I do then? Hey, I'm back.
Minnow!
You okay? Why are you crying?
Because I woke up and you weren't here anymore, so I thought you left me here on my own again.
Of course not.
I just went to the church to talk with Pastor Cecilia for a bit. Akari? You asleep? I just wanted to make sure of something you told me. Did you really forget everything that happened? You blacked out at the ball, and then woke up after the battle was over?
Right. Yeah. That's all I remember.
I see. Back then, when I rescued her from Manan and when she later joined me in the battle, she was definitely fully conscious. But it doesn't seem like she's lying right now. And Akari is pretty bad at hiding things, so it would be pretty easy to tell if she was.
Minnow? I know I don't remember, but I made you really worried, didn't I? I'm really sorry for that. I won't ever do it again. I know it was stupid. So please don't hate me for it, okay?
Is that it? Don't be silly, I could never hate you just for that. I mean, after all, you're my...
Huh? Don't stop there! I'm your what? Hey now, what were you gonna say? Come on! Tell me! This is your one chance to say it right now! Tell me!
Akari, you're my biggest source of stress!
Oh! You're so mean!
You can't do it, Minnow. The Minnow that I love, the one who's a valiant executioner, just can't do that. If you're doing it for her sake, I just know those feelings will eat away at you. That's why